Subscribe now. Subscribe now.
Well, that has some Avril Lavigne beats, didn't it? Or was it just me?
I like that. That was nice, man. Your intro's bad. Wow.
I made that 2 minutes before kickoff. 2 minutes before kickoff. I just like I like that tune, but I didn't listen to all of it. I only listened to like the first 10 seconds. Savage is here. Ain't Savage. That's El Savage. That's his twin brother.
His brother don't know how to work a mic still as well.
No, it's still muted. It's still muted.
Brother, I'm moved to 7 o'clock.
Come on, Savage, talk to us.
Oh dear.
7 don't move yourself, dog.
No. He's come in. He's got a bad mic. He probably threw his mic in anger from earlier. I don't blame him.
Oh, we are going with Savage.
Go on. Oh, hang on. What was that?
Nothing.
Yeah, there you go. He's back. There you go.
It's flipping wire, man. Apple Mac doesn't have anything in it, so you have to have the adapter on it. Shit.
Right.
I know I wasn't angry earlier, but I don't get angry, brother. I'm not. Listen, I told you already, brother. I practice Zen, bro. I don't get angry.
Zen. Do a live watch long and see if you get angry.
I'm fine. Listen, the watch along can't make me angry, man. I'm just gonna feel how I normally feel, but frustrating, yeah. But I'm never angry, man. I'll tell you what, though, the chat was. I have to leave because sometimes the chat gets flipping too toxic, bro. Like,
I can understand.
it gets personal about players and that, man. I'm all right with on the pitch stuff and that, but when people start calling players fucking pricks and that, bro, I'm ready to fight everyone, bro. I'll fight everyone for my captain. I'm telling you, bro. I don't care if you think it's slow. I'll fight all of you, bro.
We are going to get personal tonight. There's no doubt about that. Going to get very personal.
Savage.
Big up, man. Big up, Rods. Savage.
Yeah,
look at the name. Oh, Carvalho.
Carvalho. Edward, the link's in the DM, mate. If you want to come on as well, you're more than welcome, Edward.
Boy, that's staying as well. Boy, that name's staying.
It's amazing.
I love this kid. Man.
Yeah, Tom Izzy as well.
It's got everything about it.
Where are you from?
Be up, Tom Izzy. Oh,
what's that? Sorry, Rods.
Where you from?
Where am I based? I live in Leicester.
I thought so. You got that accent up there still, you know, dog. I thought so.
Yeah.
He's got that posh Midlands accent.
Leicester.
No, Leicester. I used to rave on
Whoa.
Jamie,
What's that supposed to mean, bro? He's saying I got the common one, bro. Listen.
Oh, he's gone.
He ran off and left. Just dropped the bomb and lit it off, bro.
I did not say anything like that. I just said he has a posh Midlands accent.
Let's get it.
Ref Paul, yeah, you know it. You know it. I mean, it didn't help that Newcastle wasted every second in the game. I mean, that's up to them.
I knew it was coming, bro. I knew it was coming for that reason. The pretended cramp and that all of a sudden Pope dislocated his arm and then he just popped it back in like it was fine. Scared. Scumbags, man.
He's a spiritual superstar.
Come on.
Spiritual superstar.
You can't. To be honest though, lads, you can't really like blame them, can you? Like, to be honest, my frustrations when I see things like that are at Liverpool for putting ourselves in this situation.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Like, I can deal with time wasting in the corner and stuff like that. But you know what it is? It was getting silly. Like, Joe Linton started it way early, bro. Like, we started it with about 15 minutes left. And I was like, nah, stop this, man.
I love how they played around him as well when he went down.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah. I was just going. Every Newcastle player went down with cramp, which at the same time, which I found hilarious. You know when
I thought Klopp was going to beat up all of the stuff.
You know when women take. You know if you got a bunch of women, they all come on at exactly the same time of the month, the same day. Yeah, that was like
we're going to get cancelled.
That was like Newcastle. That's like Newcastle with their cramp today, wasn't it? They're like, oh shit,
I'm not commenting, so you lot can, yeah.
Listen, Jamie, you're getting cancelled, blood. You're getting cancelled.
I didn't say anything bad. I grew up with a house with 3 sisters.
Nah, you know, when you get sensitive when you mentioned that part, bro.
Wait, Jay, your missus can't be listening to this stream because you're going to get a frying pan dashed at your head soon.
Every single month, exactly the same day. Exactly the same day. Every month, I'm telling you. It will know. It will know.
Hey, you can die on that hill alone. I am not joining you on this.
Nah, man. It's true, you know. Can't follow you in that one, brother. Nah, follow you.
True, no. I'm telling you.
Yo, boy, I ain't saying nothing.
These views were the views of Jamie Phillips.
I'll take the views. Don't worry about that.
I've just got out of the doghouse, man. Let me have the fresh air for a day at least.
Newcastle players were going down like it was Jenna Jameson in 1990. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, Jenna Jameson, that's a legend right
there. Yeah.
Yeah, she looked all right.
Gina Fine and all them people there.
She looked all right until she met Tito. She looked all right until she met Tito Ortiz's fist. You know what I mean? But we move on.
Might notice the names in there.
It's just bad. She was great though. She was my childhood. We need to fix this midfield. Yeah, well, that's one of the things we will come on about because that midfield is dead. Thank God for a nice, easy win. Every doubt. To fair, Diaz nailed that.
Themselves. You have to, man. They take him out every game.
Carvalho looks class, to be fair. Big up Pac-Man in the house. Obviously, Man City got a massive win today as well. Do you know, I had the Forest game like in the background, and like Pep's a beast. You know, he ain't happy. You know, he started Alvarez and Haaland against Forest. It's just not right. And then they're 5-0 up, and he brings De Bruyne on. You know what I mean? That's just like the man's a beast.
Did anyone see Alvarez's first goal?
No.
Oh my god, bro! Oh my god, bro! It was a rocket from outside the box, top bins, bro. I don't know. I don't even know where it came from, bro. But listen, they're on heat, man. They're on heat.
Yeah,
3 points is 3 points, man. But you know what I mean. To be fair, it's not. They're not. These are the teams. This is not because of how our season started, but these are the kind of teams that expects Man City to destroy. I'm used to it. But like Haaland needs to slow down, man. Calm down, big man.
Back to back.
Give everyone else a chance to like go for the top goal scorer and that flipping heck.
Yeah, Wade Salah's moving. Jesus Christ. Getting on about him as well.
We'll talk about him.
Quite a bit of talk about, obviously. First, we'll get to the result. Big up everyone in here as well. Tom, is he in as well? Big up, Tom. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, after the first half, I'm not gonna lie, it's frustrating, and just that the last bit of the second half that we got the winner, and then I just took a breather a little bit, and then came back in and jumped into the stream. Yeah, 3 points is 3 points at the end. A win is a win, and can't wait to talk about the whole 90 minutes.
I'm just looking at the Premier League's website here, and I'm just looking through the stats and all that. Guess who the Premier League gave man of the match to?
Isak.
No. Liverpool player.
Elliott.
A Liverpool
Elliott?
player.
Can't be
They
more.
didn't give it to Elliott. They should have.
No.
They didn't.
No, the actual Premier League website gave Mo Salah man of the match.
Oh,
For what?
nah, that's nah.
Huh?
I didn't even
What?
Nah, that's
go on the
that's-
Premier League. Just type in the Premier League, go on the website, and they gave Mo Salah man of the match.
What does it even mean anyway? On the TV, they gave it to Isak, man. I'm like, okay, he scored in it, but
Yeah, Harvey
Elliott was clearly the best player on the pitch, bro. I don't know what anyone was watching, but this geezer was everywhere, bro.
Harvey Elliott was amazing. We're going to get to that, but
Yeah,
so-
On
Go
this
on.
thing on this app, he says, Mo Salah got man of the match. I don't know how that happened.
it's just
I
because it's
don't know
Mo
how that
Salah.
happened.
They didn't watch the game, and they know Mo Salah played, so they just gave him man of the match. That's what it is. So Liverpool started this game with exactly the same lineup that beat Bournemouth 9-0 comfortably. Newcastle came in, changed it up a little bit. Matt Targett came in, pocketed Salah for the whole game. Dan Burn went back into the centre back with Jamal Lascelles. Midfielders are Joel Linton, Joe Willett, Sean Longstaff. Then Isak making his debut. Literally, apparently he's only got a whose phone's up?
That's me. Don't worry.
All right, mate. Yeah, they got you put me right off now, Rods. So Alexander Isak only got Rods has got he's got a call. It's a booty call. Yeah, he's put me right off. But yeah, Isak apparently got a part-time visa, like a
Permit.
part-time visa just to play this game, didn't he? While they're waiting for his full visa to come in. He hasn't even trained with the team yet because you can't train because part is working. So this man literally came in and scored on his debut, and it was a good goal as well, to be fair to him. Almost had a second where he made Robbo go to the shops. Don't know what Robbo's doing. And then, they played well. And Ryan Fraser, Almiron. I actually thought, I've said this plenty of times, and I'll get everyone's opinion on it, starting with Cav, but this slow possession football we do constantly. Oh, there was something thrown from the crowd. What was that? Sorry, saying they're just looking back at the replay of something, and something was thrown from the crowd at somebody. Did anyone see that?
No, but we
Was that
celebrated in
for
front
the
of the
bench?
Newcastle fans.
Yeah. It's where the celebrations happened.
I know. I seen
Thank
Klopp
God,
saying to Eddie Howe, "What do you want me to do?" Because he was just celebrating where he celebrates.
Yeah, it was, something just got thrown. I think they're looking into it. But yeah, it's that's bad actually. I don't know what it was. Shay Gibbons talking on it. But yeah, this slow possession football we do, guys, consistently. Back to front. The fullback's only going, 60 yards up the pitch, and then throwing in balls from 30, 40 yards out, and we do it constantly over and over again. Against Bournemouth, we completely run them off the pitch, and we use a lot of intensity, and, we were pressing continuously, running and chasing. For some reason, against Newcastle, we didn't do that. We made it really easy in Newcastle. When I see these percentages, the first half that we had 70%, but did nothing with it. Again, that's a bit worrying, Cav. This same tactic that we seem to be starting with. I mean, we didn't even start fast today, did we? Slow out the blocks.
No, and it's so frustrating to see because it seems like and it's been a while, but when we get an early goal, that confidence just goes through the team, and then they think, let's go for it, and you see good football. But when that don't happen, it's just so slow, and we resort to a long ball team, to be honest. Whether it be Trent trying to switch the ball or play it down the line, or Virgil trying to pick out a wonder pass, it just looks like we're just completely out of ideas as to how to attack. And to be honest, that isn't something that's new. That's kind of occurred on occasion for a couple of years, I would say. It's just that we always find a moment to sort of get ourselves out of it. But I was watching the game today, and to be honest, when we went 1-0 down, it hurt because I was watching the game thinking, I don't know if we can actually get back into this. Because the play, like, you know, when you watch like Man City and stuff, they're like constantly probing. Whereas with Liverpool, it's just like we're out of ideas. And then like you just see the slow passing between Virgil, Gomez, Fabinho. And then you just know the fullbacks going high and wide. And you're just like, you just can almost predict the next minute of play. You just think, yeah, they'll pass it between the three of them. Then it will go out wide, and then it will come back again, and it will go back and forth until Virgil smashes a long ball or Trent puts one down the line. And it's just like, it's so predictable, so predictable. And it's like, it's baffling to talk on it after like winning by 9 goals at the weekend, because how can you be critical of this team's attacking play? But I am going to be, because it just looks like there's no creativity in the tactics. Like, I know we're going to get onto the players, right? But it's just like, even set pieces, corners and free kicks, there's no variation. Like, either Trent or Robbo would take it and it'll be an outswinger or an in-swinger. But like the positioning of the players attacking the ball is constantly the same. There's no variety or nothing. And it's just like, we've spoke about it before, like oppositions know what they're going to get. And it just becomes so frustrating watching the game, thinking, like, Dan Burn, like, just Salah versus Dan Burn, he just fucking marked him out of the game. Like, what's all that about? We're literally watching that game thinking, the only way we get some success in this is if Harvey Elliott continues to play the way he was. Because I was looking at everybody else thinking, man, this is dead football. It is dead. And I don't want to be critical, but like I was frustrated, fully frustrated watching that game.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, Savage.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know, man. It's like there's difference when certain players ain't playing, and it shouldn't affect us as much as it does, because like when Matip's not playing, he very often just breaks the line every now and again. He'll see a space and he'll say, fuck it, I'll just break the line and go into it. What that does, it carries the whole team forward, and then people split into different pockets of the pitch, and it starts a build-up. You could see quite clearly today that if there was no Harvey, the way we played in the first half would have stayed like that for the whole game. That we would have, because he was doing everything. And yeah, the only hope of creativity I had in the game was him and Diaz. Honestly, to be fair, Bobby played all right, to be fair. But yeah, it's him and Diaz, because Diaz and him, they try stuff every single time. Like, the first thought is always to get forward and not to pass it sideways and backwards. I do think that, especially right now in this season, because Cav's right, things ain't automatic all of a sudden ended up like this. We haven't been playing like this for years, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite, because when I was winning leagues doing it, I weren't complaining and that. But the variation when certain players ain't here, everyone has to pull their, you know what I mean? Everyone has to step up a little bit, because every time I'm just like, just give the ball to Diaz, because he's going to try something on it. It's going to be a shot. He's going to cut in. He's going to pass it. Everything goes through him. Harvey, everything goes through him. And then it's like, that's it. And Salah's not doing it on that side either. And it just becomes a bit redundant. And then we go back. And I get like, I 100% agree. Like, this is why I don't understand why people have to get personal about stuff. If you want something changed in the team, say you want something changed in the team. I said from ages ago, everyone told me, no, you put too much pressure on the kids. What are you talking about? They play for Liverpool. Pressure's there, bro. What are you talking about? I told man this last week. Mbappe won the World Cup at 18, bro. What do you want me to do? Like, if they're good enough to play for Liverpool, the reason why, well, one, Fabio was playing for Fulham in the Championship with big men. Harvey got put on loan to do that so we can come back and play for us. So when everyone's telling me like they shouldn't play and all this, I'm like, what are you talking about? Now, I do understand that so far into this season, it's the 5th game. Fabio ain't started a game, innit? Carvalho ain't started a game. I understand why they've done it. It's nothing to do with him. They have to have some kind of caution in it. That's what it is. And slowly the trust is going to build, because let's be honest, he's great going forward. He's great pressure and stuff like that. They've not seen him and Harvey in a situation together where they have to defend as well. So that's the reason why it's always one or the other. Eventually, you're going to have to play both of them. But I think what's going to happen is, obviously, when everyone comes back, it's still going to be like this. So that's why they will play him and Hendo or him and Milner, because Hendo and Milner will try and do the pressing and try and get back and defend. But certain games, I've told you, like horses for courses, bro. If you're playing against a team that's going to sit back, and to be fair, Klopp showed Newcastle a bit of respect, and he thinks a lot of them, so I know why he's done that. They changed their formation and tactics based on Liverpool, because Dan Burn has been playing left back, and they moved him straight away and said, nah, let's put him here, because when Salah tries to cut in, he ain't going to get past. If they cross the ball in, he's like flipping 9 foot, they ain't going to get past him. So I understand it, but in other games than that, like, you got to just trust them, innit? Because let them fuck up once if you have to, and we'll take that on the chin. I'd rather them fuck up and then be like, okay, then they can't play together because they can't defend, but they were great going forward, then not try it at all. But at the moment, you're never going to get him to try it because he has to be cautious, because we've already dropped too many points. We've already dropped way too many points. So until they get into a cup competition where they can play together, you're not going to see them together. But yeah, man, some people just have to step up their game and that, innit? Like, they defend their goal, obviously, was not trying to pick on anyone in that. It was a mistake from Fabinho, and he just stepped out for no reason and left the gap there. Because Henderson tried to intercept the ball, which he did. But then you got to back him up, and if he stretches long, you've got to back him up, kick the ball away, or do something. Fabinho could have just held his position. Ishak wouldn't run then. There's nowhere to run to, but he stepped forward, ball goes through to goal. And then apart from their offside goal, they didn't really have anything else. But that's even worse for us, because we get to see that we've got all the possession, and now you get to see what we're not doing anything. I've seen people saying, like, "How can Salah do anything when no one's feeding him the ball?" What are you talking about? Go check his heat map and go check how many times he touched the ball. He was getting the ball. He wasn't doing anything with it.
Nope.
His take-ons ain't working. So do variations. If it's not working, play a 1-2. Because Salah's great, he's incredible, world-class, one of the best players alive, bro. But there's many times when these young players will come in and just pocket him, bro. I've seen it when last season we played against Southampton, Walker Peters and these people. Just step up, pocket him. Meanwhile, Diaz on the other side is getting took out by Joe Linton, get took out by Trippier, and he just keeps getting back up and going again and trying variation. Can somebody tell me when Diaz gets the ball, tell me if you know what he's going to do, because I don't, bro. I don't know if he's going to go to the byline, if he's going to cut in, if he's going to do a 1-2 with Robbo, if he's going to let Firmino come in, take his spot and run onto it. Salah's side, I know every time he's going to cut in on his left foot. And the only thing he stopped doing is bending it on his left foot, trying in the top corner. But then now it just looks even worse because he's not doing anything. But yeah, man, we won the game. I'm not trying to be negative in that, because a win's a win. People saying, "Oh, we got away with it." No, we didn't. It was our corner. We crossed it in. It was an assist from Salah. Carvalho scored. That's how games go, innit? 2-1, 1-0. I don't give a shit, bro. Get the 3 points. Get the hell out of there. No, people saying, "Oh, Henderson's injured." I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. Don't say stupid shit like that, bro. That's dumb, bro.
No,
you're just wishing more injuries on our players than that. Get on with
it. I don't wish injuries on players. That's just silly.
Flipping stupid. Is it a good thing? You see how many injuries we got already, bro? If you don't want him to play, you don't want him to play. That's fine. But guess what? Klopp ain't gonna listen to you, bro. So saying, "Oh, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing," and that, bro, stop that, man. It's ridiculous. You're supposed to be a Liverpool fan, bro.
So with Hendo out, he's apparently picked up an hamstring injury. So that's why he came off, basically, which is a weird one.
I think he was going to come off anyway, to be fair. It seems to be like around that time, 70th minute, when they make them subs. But
now I agree. I'm not agreeing with people who are saying is it a good or a bad thing. I mean, he's our foot. I don't want anyone to be injured, no matter who they are. So, but Hendo, I just don't want Hendo playing. So he just needs to take a back seat for a little while, because unfortunately he slows the game down too much in midfield. And it's not his fault. He's played a lot of games for Liverpool. He's played for Liverpool almost 11 years straight, and that's a lot of football. And he's just coming to the end of his natural cycle.
It's natural. It's just a natural thing.
Natural.
People are acting like it's something else.
He's played for 11 years for Liverpool straight. If you look at his injury record ain't actually that bad. In an 11-year spell.
And every time he's come back from an injury, he comes straight back in.
Yeah, and he's now, 31? He's played most of the Klopp era. And if you're thinking the Klopp era, under Jurgen Klopp, he's played in that midfield the majority of, more than anyone. And his legs can't do what they used to do, let's face it. When he won Player of the Year, we was all happy for him. And personally, I think he was Player of the Year. I thought he was tremendous that year and put in a magnificent
Just
season. Go on, Rod.
just to say something. I think what a lot of people, I'll get to this first, and I'll get onto the game. What I think of the game. What a lot of people don't really understand about Henderson and Dave. Henderson, he got a very, very good work ethic. He's got a very good work ethic. I haven't seen a work ethic like his anymore. Because even when he was Kenny Dalglish bought him that time, there was. Can you hear me still? Yeah.
Yeah, you're just cutting in and out a little bit, but keep going, mate.
Yeah. Even when Kenny Dalglish bought him that time there, there was times in the day that he was going to go out the team and stuff, and he worked extra hard to get back in his team and everything like that. Henderson's kept at a work rate for 11 years and everything like that. He's played mostly all the Brendan Rodgers era. Do you know what I mean? He's played that, and he's played literally all of the Klopp era as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So natural progression of it, he is going to slow down. It's going to happen, in fact. But he's still a player. I will still have him in my team, but he'll be on a bench more time. He'll be coming on, not starting.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As for the game, I always think we leave ourselves with too much to do sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're not always going to get results like we did tonight. So really and truly at the day, we need to sort of make a stamp on the game from early, and if in that we score first instead of the other team scoring first. Because that's a ninth game that a team has scored first, and then we have to spend all the rest of the game at the day trying to get a goal or two. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it so happens we got 2 goals tonight, and for that, but that could have ended up a draw. And that's like 1 win in 5, I do believe. Do you know what I mean? Now, 2 wins in 5 is not good, but it's better than 1 win in 5. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Salah, I said this before with Salah. Sometimes with Salah, don't get wrong, Salah is a brilliant player. He's a world-class player. And I'm so lucky to have him.
Yeah.
But with him, sometimes he does get predictable sometimes. People do know how to play him and think that. Do you know what I mean? And, he in effect doesn't have a good game. I think sometimes that day he needs to change up his game. Just change it up. You know what I mean? Go on the left-hand side. Go through the middle. Just do something. Just change it. Because if you're stuck on the right all the time and think that, right, and you take it to the byline and think that, and then these players, and they step up and think that and stop you from playing and think that, right, and you haven't got anything else to offer, other teams see that and everything that and do the same thing. Change up your game.
Happened.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. It's literally what's happened. Change up your game. Go through the middle. Go on the left-hand side. Do something. Just change up your game. Don't be too predictable all the time. But apart from that, he is a world-class player, and we are so blessed to have him in our team. But tonight, anything that we could have, tonight, anything that we actually, when we think about it, we got away with one. We did get away with one tonight. Do you know what I mean? But you know what? 3 points. I'm happy with that. I'm always happy with Liverpool win. Always happy.
Before I let Tom Izzy speak, Mohamed Salah has apparently created 21 chances in the Premier League so far this season. No player in Europe's top 5 leagues has created as many. So he's doing things, but there's parts of his game.
I'm fed up with these stats, man.
There's parts of his game that just don't show that.
I agree with you, bro.
Panel looks like we've lost that. Now, Cobben, we're all happy that we've won.
I was just listening. That's all.
We're just detailing parts of the game. We got to, It wasn't like we had a great performance.
You got to detail.
We're just going through it. We're all happy we won, though. Jesus Christ, yeah, we're ecstatic we won.
I'd like to ask you guys, where does them see them stats there? What does it even mean though?
Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Salah passed the ball to somebody.
Chance,
someone had a shot from outside the box. He hit someone in the back, and it counts as a Salah shot. Because I've watched every Liverpool game closely.
Yeah, I don't know what a chance means. I really don't. It's just.
Stats, man.
But with the Henderson stuff, look. As I said with Hendo, I will just go on it. I said it today in my watch long. I said, you guys, well, everyone in chat have heard me say this a while now. Fabinho and Henderson can't play with each other on the same pitch anymore. It's starting to look like that. It's too slow. There's not enough mobility in midfield. They can't do Hendo now can't do the box-to-box stuff anymore, and that's what the position in midfield, that's his job to do, because he's not the holding midfielder. So his job is to do the box-to-box stuff, and he can't do that no more. And look, it's not his fault. He's just sometimes Father Time taps you on the shoulder, and it's just your time to come out for a little bit. And it's as simple as that. I've been wanting to start Carvalho and Elliott in midfield for a while now, and then they came on for 20 minutes and showed why they might play. Look, we all know our best midfield is Thiago and Fabinho. That is our best midfield. The funny thing is about Thiago, and I said it in my watch-alongs, that when we bought Thiago, he apparently slowed us down, where in fact he speeds us up. It's the total opposite. He actually speeds up our play. And I said it in the watch-along. From everyone who was watching the watch-along, I kept saying it. Liverpool over-elaborate all their passing at times. Pass it simple and pass it quick. That's all we need to do, because the players on the pitch are technically good footballers. Pass it quick and move and pass fast. Move quick. I said it today as well, and I'll get the time Izzy's point on this. When I was doing the watch-along today, I was saying parts of the game, Liverpool play sometimes like it's Sabutio. If everyone plays Sabutio, you might know what I mean. It's like the players are always in position and they don't move. So I was watching the game today. There was parts of the game. Harvey Elliott had the ball on the right-hand side, and I'm screaming for someone to make some movement for him. No one's making any movement for him. And then I think he lost the ball, and he's just looking at everyone like that, like, no one's making no movement for me. I'm trying to do stuff, but I need you guys to help me. And we all stay in position. And then when Elliott and Carvalho are playing together, the movement was different, because Carvalho wants the ball and he wants to move. Elliott wants the ball and he wants to move. And once you do that, you start creating opportunities, and you start to push the other team back as well. Look how Newcastle started to get a bit erratic at the back and started to just boot the ball out of the stadium and making fouls and stuff like that, because Carvalho and Elliott are starting to pass and move and not stay still. So he had more options. So that might be something we have to play against Everton, because if Henderson is, I just don't know. But Tom is here. So have your views on everything you've heard so far.
Yeah, I 100% agree with Harvey Elliott, because with him on the ball, he has to rely on runners, and with his teammates running, trying to stretch the defense, that could help better. Because what I see at times during the game, it seems as if he's trying to drift more into the central area rather than on the flank. And the one thing that I was intrigued when I was watching was when Joe Gomez has the ball, I straight away look at where Trent is. And at times it seems as if the midfielders has to cover at that right back. So I don't know what sort of tactical tactics that Klopp was implementing, but it was kind of interesting to see Trent deployed more up front rather than trying to spray diagonal passes from the right back. And also, this was a game where I say, when I look back on it, it is a game where I see it will be no different to Everton because of how shithousery Newcastle has done to us. So Everton will be doing some a similar time wasting, and what Pope was doing today, we're going to expect a similar thing from Pickford in the weekend. So we need to, as we all agree, we need to improve on our pattern of play. It's more predictable, Trent is doing crosses, which I have to. No one can argue who's gonna head the ball from his cross, other than the two person who's on the bench with Thiago, which is Darwin Núñez and Diogo Jota. But it'll be a different ball game on Saturday. We're going to expect Jota's probably come back in. We'll see in tomorrow or the next day. Darwin Núñez, we'll see whether he's going to feature, but that's going to be another day to discuss. But yeah, man. All in all, as I say, it was a dramatic ending. I'll take it all day long.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'll take it.
Definitely, my man. So there's a big up time, is he? There's a few things that have dropped. So a reporter that the journalist that first broke Tsimikas will be coming to Liverpool for anybody else has just said that he expects Douglas Luiz to be joining Liverpool before the end of the transfer window tomorrow from Aston Villa. But Neil Jones also, and big up Neil Jones, who just as well. He just said that he asked Klopp if he expects deadline transfers, and he says, "I don't think so. But as long as there's time, we should not close the door completely." And then says Henderson has an hamstring injury.
That's because Klopp ain't dealing with the transfers. That's why he never does.
Yeah.
He's talking from his own point of view in it, but it's down to the overdone.
It's Douglas Luiz stuff, though. That it's quite a reliable source as well. Things are happening on Douglas Luiz, but more than one club and Liverpool are involved. There is. I've been saying.
Gerrard mentioned it earlier. He mentioned the transfer. He said that he's not in. Gerrard said he's not in control of the Douglas Luiz contract. He said that he ain't. They're not really in a position to lose their top players, but he's got a year left of his contract, so there's nothing they can do about it. You know, Gerrard's honest. He doesn't give a shit, bro.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
To be fair, he might have a job by next week, so he doesn't really care too much.
This could be.
Nah, man, that Villa team let him down, man. I was watching that game at half time and stuff like that, bro. They let him down, bro. How many times people are going to keep scoring against Arsenal and let Arsenal score 1 minute later? They've done that all season, bro. That's I don't know where Arteta's got that from. It must do with the light bulb and the drawings and that. They've done the same thing against Leicester. You score against them, they run up the other side and score straight away, bro. Flipping heck, man.
No, Arsenal will go win the league. You heard it here first. I ain't even joking. I think Arsenal win the Premier League.
Hold on a minute. Do you remember what happened last stream when I was talking about Arsenal? Everyone was telling me, nah. Arsenal, calm down. Now you're saying, come on, man.
See, I've got this wrapped up by Christmas. Don't worry. So, obviously, look, we're all happy we won. It's 2-1 win. Henderson's got another injury. Klopp's out there saying that he doesn't know if we're going to buy anyone right now, but the door's not shut on it. So Vinny Connor, big up Vinny Connor, he's going to be making his way to AXA for tomorrow and just drinking tea and eating biscuits all day when no one signs. It should be fun. Lights go out at 9 p.m. Everything's finished. I can't wait till 9 p.m. tomorrow. That's what's going to happen. But with Henderson injured, if it is a possible hamstring, we do need players coming in. We need younger legs in this midfield. There's no doubt about it. You saw the difference today. When I saw Milner, when I saw Milner on the touchline, I thought he was just swapping Milner for Henderson. I was like, "What is the point? What is the point?" But then he went to right back, and I'm thinking, I don't know about you, Kev, but I thought the subs today, Klopp, were perfect. They were fantastic subs.
Yeah.
I just think he waited a little bit too long to bring them on. That's all. But they were the right players. Trent was terrible. Trent was terrible today.
Yeah, and I didn't like. Maybe I'm looking into this a bit much, but I didn't like Trent walking off as well. He looked up like the camera panned to him as he was walking around the pitch to get back to the dugout, and I don't know, I don't want to say it about him. I may be looking into it a bit too much, but I just look at him and I just think he's just smelling himself a bit too much, you know. Like he walked off that, he was walking around that pitch, and I'll give him the benefit of that. Like when you get subbed off, like he's not used to being like subbed off, is he? Because he's the guy, isn't he? Right. And I bet he's thinking, I need to like control my face here because I know the cameras are going to be on me. So he kind of gave it this like neutral kind of look. But to me, it just
the camera caught him perfect, didn't it?
Yeah, it just like this guy's like, what? You taking me off? You taking me?
Yeah, that's
and
what it was.
Yeah, because you're being shit. Like you're actually crap at the minute, and you deserve to be pulled off.
Could work two ways though, that Cav. Because you want him to be pissed because now he knows that like man will take you off for 37-year-old Milner if you don't pull your weight, bro.
Yeah. And look, I never like to call our players arrogant, but I think he is a little bit, to be honest with you. And like you can't blame him. He has won it all at 23. But
facts.
Have you seen him when he's on like Twitter videos and Instagram videos? He does come off a bit cocky.
Some of the English players do, though. You know, it's just he actually, to be fair to him, he improved in a lot of things we've been criticizing him for recently. He did show signs of running back and stuff today. But yeah, he's just not doing it. He's just not doing it. He's not playing to his usual standard. He's kind of just he put this one pass that he meant to switch across the pitch straight in midfield, and I was
which one you're on about.
Oh boy!
Yeah. It went about 10 yards and got cut out.
Yeah, and I can excuse him for having bad passes, having bad games, but I don't like the attitude from the guy at the minute.
The funny thing about what Cav just said about that pass, I don't know if anyone remembers. That's how they scored. That's where it come from.
Was that how it led to the goal?
He tried to hit a crossfield pass. He hit the geezer in the chest. They went on a run. They played it to Isak. He played it to Almiron, and he took Virgil wide. Virgil covered him perfect. He went to cut in and pass it. Hendo stuck his leg out, done the right thing, intercepted it, and then the ball was just left there. And then Fab stepped forward and the ball got played
for no reason.
Yeah.
It was mad.
So that's where he come from, man.
I see people blaming Virgil for that as well.
For what?
Nah. I will. One thing that, and I've not watched the goal back, but one thing I thought watching it live was that Virgil went out to Almiron, right? Almiron might as well not have a right foot. He is all left-footed, right?
Yeah.
All Virg needed to do was either step to him and press him, right? But if he's going to do this, like, sticking his arse out thing, at least show him down the line. Don't show him back inside. He's literally all left foot. And, like, when you watch a game and you know a player and you're just like, I know this guy's cutting it back. I know he's cutting it back and this ball's going straight into midfield. And it's exactly what happened. And you're just like, Virg, come on, mate. You know these players. Like, if you're going to go drift that wide, which is fine, you're following the man, at least deal with it out there, But I'm not going to be too critical of the goal, to be honest. Like, you can always like pick holes in it and see where people.
It's not one of the goals where you like go crazy over the defense. It was just literally. Everyone knows that everyone knows if you cover your defender steps out, you step back into the centre back position. If I've done the right thing, he just shouldn't have stepped up after that. But it was a great. To be fair, he finished both goals exactly the same. I know one of them was offside, but he finished it exactly the same.
Yeah.
Roasted that, bro. Roasted it.
Let's talk about Robbo. Robbo. Savage, I'll let you go first.
I don't know.
Thoughts on Robbo?
I'm not even that. Is everyone annoyed with Robbo?
Yeah, he's done.
Do you mean he's done?
He's done. I don't want to be in the team no more.
Nah, brother, they can't take you serious when you say stuff like that.
Oh, no. His legs are gone, man. He can't run. He can't cross. He can't do a simple pass. He gets caught out of position now like Trent does.
Yeah, you might have to pass this on to somebody else, bro.
I just don't understand why he played today. I just don't get why he played today. I really don't. I just don't get why he played today.
Tsimikas wasn't good when he came on.
Tsimikas was far better, though. Far better.
Mate, I seen dreadful crosses and dreadful corners, bro. I didn't see any difference between them, to be honest.
Oh, no, it was far better.
Do you know how I compare the two at the moment? I think Robbo's like knackered, but like Robbo's level just drops, but his game's kind of still the same. Whereas Simi, sometimes the ball comes into him, and I don't know if it's bouncing off him, whether he's going
to hit him in the face, bro.
Yeah, he's like it's like he's half asleep all the time. Like, but sometimes he does amazing crosses and stuff, and you're just like, I don't know what you get with Simi. I mean, I love the guy, but he's not exactly been amazing enough to like.
Yeah, I know, but Robbo's shot, so. While he's shot and needs a rest, because we've all been begging Robbo to have a break and have a rest. We've all been saying it. So this is his chance. Just to have a rest and a break for a few games.
The only problem you got is football don't work like that, innit? Like we think he's tired and that, but if the scientists and the sports scientists are all saying he's fine and he's fine running around and stuff, if he's mentally tired, then he has to say to somebody, but he might not be. We're just looking at it thinking like that. But I don't know. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like everyone else have to talk about that because I can't participate in. He's done. That's kind of taking the piss still. Like, he might not be. No, he might not be very good or something or today, and that. But I can't be like, oh, he's done. Like, that's mad. Like,
I don't know. I don't
That's
think
worse than saying Hendo's done. This geezer, I see him running up and down the pitch.
Oh, Hendo.
I can see Hendo slowing down.
Hendo's definitely done. But
Jay,
Robbo,
nah.
What is
not
going
like
on, bro?
career-wise. I mean, for the next few games.
Okay.
I mean, career-wise. I mean, like the next few games. They need taking out and resting. I'm not on about for the rest of them done that. Let's sell them. We're finished. I mean, like for the next few games, they just need to have a little rest, have a little break. We're always on about that. We need to rotate more so players don't get into these positions later on in the years where they're so tired and stuff like that. So just rotate them. If Tsimikas is not playing as well as Robbo, and there's no real difference at the moment, but Tsimikas' legs are a little bit fresher, then just play Tsimikas. There's no real difference. But if Tsimikas is a little bit fresher, play Tsimikas. Let Robbo have a little rest, have a little break. Poor Sod's played non-stop football for 2 years.
Well,
if you're saying it like that, but I don't feel bad for him. He's flipping the footballer. That's all they've got to do. I don't feel bad for them, bro. Like, but you are right. If Tsimikas got more legs, then you know what I mean. Because I was looking at the game and I was like, okay, probably time for Tsimikas to come on as well. And then he started doing these wild crosses and stuff like that. But you are right. At least if he has to run back after somebody in its 70th minute,
that's what I'm saying.
He's fresher. But no, I just because you said he was done, I was like, when
done. Like his legs are like he's tired. The man's tired. You know, like when I tell my kids they're done, they're tired. That's what I mean by it. Yeah, like done. And Hendo is look. I love Hendo. I've always championed him on this channel, where a lot of other channels slate him constantly. But as I've said, there comes a time and a place where you just got to step aside. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean,
if we're honest,
Harvey Elliott
if there was no
already...
injuries, he wouldn't be playing, bro.
No,
he wouldn't be playing if there was no
I
injuries.
agree.
If Thiago and Elliott would be playing.
Harvey Elliott has already taken his spot. Klopp is just getting Hendo into this team, but he's playing him on the left-hand side where he's not as comfortable. A 19-year-old midfielder has already taken Hendo's spot. He's the number 8 now. He's the right-sided midfield 3. And I think he's going to be for the future. And then Thiago will play on the left-hand side. And that'll be our best midfield. Thiago, Fabinho, and Elliott. But then...
It's sad, really, Jay, because like Henderson's role in this squad should be somebody that's coming on a bit like Milner and seeing out the first like 30 minutes or whatever, maybe playing all the cup games and whatever. But it's sad because for him, if you're leading a game and you bring him on with 30 to go, he's the perfect man to bring on.
Yeah.
His energy, work rate, communication and everything for a final 20, half an hour, 20 minutes is ideal. But the trouble is, he's starting every single game. So now we're like, when we're trying to judge how good he's been, we're judging him over 90 minutes. And we're judging him, let's face it, on how much running he's doing now and how creative he is, but that really shouldn't be what he's judged against now. He should just be judged against, he comes in, he's effective, he shut out the game for us, like he barked at everybody, a bit like how we talk about Milner, really. Yeah. When Milner come on today, he come at right back, he did a job. Sound. No,
I did say that in pre-season, to be fair. Like I said that in pre-season. I saw when Hendo there was parts when he's tracking back against people, just don't have the pace anymore. You know what I mean? But you are right. If it's 30 minutes he's playing, you'll have all the energy for 30 minutes. But 90 is a completely different thing. But all I'm saying is that we're never gonna know. But we're 5 games in and that's it. And I was always under the thought that if all the players were fit, I don't think Hendo would have been starting anyway.
No,
you know what I mean? I just don't. He might have started him for the first game of the season just because it's the first game of the season. But I felt like we know that Thiago's always going to play, and maybe Hendo started with Thiago. But once Elliott comes on, remember Klopp was speaking about before was Elliott. Every time you asked Klopp about the midfield and buying a midfielder, all he kept saying to everyone was Elliott and Carvalho, which he's not wrong. We still need another one, but he's not wrong.
Savage, do you think? This might sound weird. People might not like this because it's like, we're not buying anyone. So, but do you reckon Harvey Elliott might be our Jude Bellingham?
No, he can't be Jude, but he can be the same. He can be the impact on the squad, but he can't do what Jude does. They're completely different players.
No,
Jude
I mean
will do
by
all
that
the stuff.
Young superstar player.
Oh yeah. I think him and Carvalho are like superstars.
So that's what I'm saying. If you get a Bellingham, if you got Jude Bellingham in, so I'm doing this from a Klopp point of view now, right? Not a Liverpool fan. Doing this from a Klopp point of view. You got Carvalho and Elliott there you love, and he's your future. If you get Bellingham in, you can't play all three. You need defensive.
Bellingham can play anywhere.
You need defensive cover, and I think that's how Klopp's looking at it, and I think that's why Liverpool won't go after Bellingham, because I think Klopp might look at it and think Harvey Elliott is my superstar, and that's how I'll go have it and buy players around it.
What I would say to that, Jay, is Elliott today shown us he can do everything.
He's a superstar.
Yeah,
everything. I always. When we talk about like Elliott replacing Henderson, we always say, will he have the energy to run back? Will he cover Trent and stuff? This kid was doing everything today. He was picking up the ball between the lines, playing simple passes, playing it out wide, playing through balls, being that creative spark, right? Okay, not a lot of it kind of come off, and he was counter pressing, he was tracking back. You know, when it was like a direct counter attack, this guy was sprinting back, and he was like defending counters with the defenders. You know, I think
players and everything.
I think the Isaac goal that got disallowed, it was Elliott that was actually on the goal line. So this is what frustrates me when people say like Carvalho shouldn't be starting because, you know, we need to be a bit more risk averse, because I've seen Carvalho come on and do the same. Tracking back and all of this. So if they're that creative and I'm seeing them track men back and get stuck into challenges and linking up playing midfield, then why can't they start?
No.
You know, what more have we got to see from Carvalho for him to start? And I'd take the risk. I'd stick him on with Elliott, because it's not as if they're just these creative players that then when we get counter attack, they're stuck up the pitch. Nah, they're running back. They're running back. They're sticking challenges in. Like, that's exactly what Henderson's on the pitch to do, and they're doing it as well at the minute. So
to the Jude thing though, if you watch him when he played for Blues, he can play anywhere in midfield. I'm not even joking. Like, when it comes to him winning the ball back and tackles and stuff, he can do everything Fab can do. But obviously he's got the legs and the speed and he's got skill. You know what I mean? He doesn't score many goals and assists and stuff like that because he's normally the pass before the pass. So he can do all of it. If you had them all in the midfield, they could all play together, bro.
Yeah.
Because he's very disciplined in what he does. You tell him to do something, he'll stay in that position. And then let the other two go off and have fun, man. And you know what I mean? We need a bit of fun in the squad as well. That's why I like watching Carvalho and Elliott play. They're enjoying themselves.
Totally.
I was so happy for him when he scored. So happy, bro. I know I would have been happy if we scored anyway, but the fact it was him, I was like, flipping hell, man. That's
2-2.
Yeah, you can imagine. You see the hug that Klopp gave him.
Oh yeah,
it's like, listen, I put you on, and you affected the game straight away, and you've done it every time you played so far. So, but I do think a little bit different to us, and we are fans, and it's Klopp's job to actually manage them in every aspect of their life. And like I said, you play for Liverpool now, so the pressure's going to be there no matter what. But from Klopp's point of view, to what Cav said about them defending and stuff like that, I think he always just tries to balance it at the beginning, because it's 5 games in, and to be honest with both of them, it's 5 games in, and I think he's trying to balance it, because we saw it happen before with like everyone around that age, with Curtis and Nico Williams and stuff like that. When they did do something wrong, even though we're like, that's fine, we'll go ahead with it. The rest of the world and Liverpool fans ain't like that, bro. Man had to shut down his Twitter and stuff because of nothing. We didn't even lose the game when Nico had a bad game before, so that's probably the reason. But
yeah. Tom, Izzy, your thoughts on these two?
Come on.
Yeah, that's.
I love these kids, man.
Yeah, that's legendary. They're legends already. Yeah, they made a huge impact already.
Went to school together in the same school.
They're the future ballers that we have. So with Jude, if you know, if everything goes well, that this Jude 2023, everyone has been saying. Well, you know, it's gonna be techy, and I like some intricacy in our play, because you know, I think we need to move on with all the crossing. Although we have some aerial threats, we cannot forget that Diogo Jota is one of the best headers. He's been pointing that out last season. But at times, I just like to see our play. The pass and go and some flows of technician ballers that we have. And I have to remind that the one person that I'm really excited to see before the start of the season is not Nunes, but it's actually Carvalho. And two goals in two latest Premier League games is something, and he's still someone that at times there's gonna be inconsistency, but that's understandable because he's young and he's learning and he's progressing. So I'm not expecting too much on that. But with these two borders that we have, it's going to be exciting, and it's going to be they're the core of the rebuilding what Klopp is doing. And for independent to about all this midfield talk that has been heating up lately, I'm just talking about these two players. It's gonna be, we have to be blessed with having them part of the team, because over the years we have Genie, although Genie is a baller actually, but he is more discipline, what Klopp has molded. And Fabinho, Henderson, and Milner, they're more of the workhorse type. So what we have with these two youngsters is more of a different breed. So I like to see more of a flair that we have in future. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Do you think, because like one of the points I was go through it, go through it.
I was gonna say, I think what it is, and this is the importance about refreshing your team and having options in your team, so you don't have to play people like Henderson too much. Do you know what I mean? And certain other players. I mean, in Robertson Robertson over the last couple of years has played a hell of a lot of games. Do you know what I mean? And he's worked hard on those games. He's worked really hard on those games, and naturally Robertson's going to slow down, and naturally there's going to be some games in I think that probably a handful of games where he doesn't look too so good as he did in previous games. So that's the importance of freshening the team up all the time. So in some sort of ways, I'm not sort of like digging Klopp out, but in some sort of ways, you have to lay the blame on Klopp, because Klopp should really be refreshing his team. So we've got options, you know what I mean? So you don't have to pay a specific player too much, you know what I mean, and burn him out. Because I think with Robertson in the day, I think he's more or less burnt out than actually sort of like rubbish, if you know what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? He's still an exciting player. He's still a hard-working player. But players like Robertson, where they've been playing so much games over these last couple of years and everything now, naturally they're going to get burnt out. They're not a machine. They're human beings. They're going to get burnt out. Because if you're working in a place at the day, right, and you're a salesman, but you've been at the top of your game every sort of like year, figures, it's going to get to you after a while. It's going to get to you. And naturally, you're going to slow down for that. Naturally, you ain't going to be as good as he was last year or last month or so forth. And for that, that's why it's always important to refresh your team. Because look at Man City tonight. Man City has just bought that guy from Dortmund, Manuel Akanji. They just bought him for 70 million. Right, for centre back. So you look at Man City, their team is constantly always going to be refreshed. Do you know what I mean? There was like 3 or 4 goals up before it even brought on De Bruyne tonight. Do you know what I mean? So they constantly be fresh. But we have got a thin squad. So naturally in the day, these players like Robertson, Virgil van Dijk, Henderson, and even Milner are going to play far too many games of what they should play. Do you know what I mean? So I think at the day, Henderson's an impact player now. He's still good, but he's an impact player. Bring him on later. But who else have you got? Who else can you bring on at the moment and day that can probably do Henderson's job? Nobody. So naturally, you have to play Henderson. Do you know what I mean? And it's too much for those players, and I think that's why I'm kind of thinking that if we do get even one player over the line for this transfer window, and I think right, one midfielder, I'll be happy, but I'll be ecstatic if it's two. But I'll be happy because it gives certain players at the day a rest. Some of these players need a rest. You're burning this team out. Do you know what I mean? And actually now, at the end of the day, when they don't look so good and think right, a lot of people slate them, saying, oh, well, Robertson's this and Robertson's that. Henderson's this and Henderson's that. Do you know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? But these guys are burnt out. Even Salah's probably burnt out. Do you know what I mean? How many times has Salah had not started in the last couple of years? He's probably started every game in the last couple of years. Champions League games. He even plays games when he doesn't even need to. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You need to refresh the team so you can give certain players a rest to recuperate, recharge the battery, and they can come in bigger and badder. Do you know what I mean? For like certain other games. Do you know what I mean? But these players constantly, to me, I do not agree with it. Do you know what I mean? Well, what can we do? We ain't got no options.
Yeah, look, when we talk about like the players being drained and fatigued and stuff, like you've referred there to the amount of games that they played, but we mentioned this a few weeks back as well. It's not just the games, like the pressure of playing for Liverpool, right? Playing the games, the feeling and emotion when they've won the league title and won the Champions League and they've had the parade and they've partied and you imagine being on that coach and going to the parade and for hours and then just like it will drain you. It will drain you when you've had such a high. And then you've got to add the fact that this team have been busting a gut and fell short by such fine margins. That will also drain you. So mentally, this team needed a little freshen up to just give them something, another focus, just to convince themselves. And I think this is where like the signing of Núñez, this was my hope with him coming in, would have done that, is like, we're not the players can think we're not the same as last year. We're a different team now and we play a different way, and that might produce different results, i.e. it might get us them few points that win the title. But unfortunately, with the injuries and having to play the same players, we're on the flip side of that, whereas the guys are looking a bit drained, a bit lethargic, and it's become a bit predictable. And I think the predictable bit is coming down to the coaching and the tactics. And I also think it's down to like the likes of Henderson thinking, well, I'm just going to revert back to type and do what I've done well, as opposed to actually I've got Diaz on the pitch now. So I probably need to facilitate him a bit better, or just give him the ball more often, or fizz it into him instead of playing them balls that I used to give Mane and all of this and that and this and that. So I think the squad definitely needed a freshen up. And look, I think when the players come back, Thiago is going to be absolutely massive. But I think Núñez will as well. Just to give these boys like a little bit of a lift again, because look, their quality will shine through. Thiago will transform that team when he's on the pitch. But just to give the guys just a bit more of a lift now,
Jamie, sorry, I'm obviously going to let you speak on that because you're expert for a bit, but there's a question to everyone. And everyone can think what they want about the midfield and all this business because that's all everyone's been talking about, to be honest. But is it like, and I know you can't just take away injuries, but when you look at our squad without the injuries, is it as bad as everyone's making out? Because
no,
like sometimes I forget who we've got in our flipping squad, and then when the camera goes on them when I'm watching the game, I'm like, hold on a minute.
Yeah, when the camera went to Thiago, Darwin, and Jota.
Thiago sitting there, and Curtis back in the squad, and Matip's on the bench, and then I'm looking at, and then like Besetic is on the bench now, is new, and then Carvalho is new from the academy, and then you got Carvalho and Elliott, and I'm like, hold on a minute, bro. Like, of course, reinforcements, like what Rod said, you keep freshening stuff up bit by bit. That's not our job. That's whatever they do in it. But I don't know if it's I don't know, just me, because everyone's gonna think how they want in it, and I'm not as down in the dumps as everyone else. But I think without the injuries, I don't think it's as bad, because even Konate as well. There's things that people are forgetting about. We got loads of players, bro. Like last season, because we got the same players as last season, pretty much. Obviously, Minamino and Origi wasn't really playing anyway, and Mane's gone. But last season, I remember thinking like, there's a rebuild here happening already. They're already here. Like all of them are because 25 seems to be the age when everyone kicks on at Liverpool, around that age, like when Firmino and Salah and Mane and stuff like that. And I'm like, ain't Jota's 25 and Diaz is 25, and you got Carvalho, Elliott who's younger than him, and Nunez who's younger than that, and Kelleher and Kanate. I'm like, looking at the squad, when you do the average age of everyone without the injuries, we haven't got an old squad anymore. When everyone's injured, it seems like the older ones stay fitter for some reason. But but without that, the average age of our squad is about 24. It's just a question, and is it as bad?
You're right, and I agree. The only problem is a lot of them players can't stay fit, and that's the issue, ain't it? The problem Liverpool seem to have is, a lot of teams, they lose one player here, lose one player there. And
as at the same time.
We seem to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 at the same time.
That's what Klopp said yesterday.
And that's the weird thing. So if Thiago gets injured, Ox will get injured, then Hendo will get a hamstring. Then
I don't know if Ox counts, to be fair. This guy...
No, but you know what I mean? It's just like players players all get injured at the same time. So I do understand what you're saying. If all them players could stay fit, obviously we'd be fine, but they can't, and that's where we're
not even the same injuries as well. If you could put your finger on it, like something to do with the coaching, they're not the same injuries. People keep telling me Curtis Jones is flipping injury, and I'm like, no, he's not. The injury we had last season, he had COVID, then he hurt his eye. There's a different. Or it's a different player from a different team who's taking our players out, and then they get injured like that. Very rarely is it like Naby and Ox, pretty much, and Thiago, them three. I think Thiago's worth it because of how world class he is when he's back. The other two, without disrespect to them, they're good footballers, but without that, they're not worth waiting to come back and then to be told that they're injured again. Not at all. Like, they're not even like. Is Naby and Ox a miss to interviews like right now? Even though we've lost a couple of games and stuff. No. Games. It's not even a miss.
Not really. Not really.
Which means you're not good enough for Liverpool anymore. Just based on how you are, it's not even a bad thing. We just got to go in it. But mad.
I mean, it's just
Naby and not being funny. Naby and Oxlade-Chamberlain should have gone. Ox, he should have gone 2 seasons ago. To be honest, that's me. Should have gone 2 seasons ago. Yeah. Because there's no point in having a world-class player. Do you know what I mean? Right, you could say one of them was world-class out of there, which is Naby Keita, yeah? There's no point in having a world-class player and he's never available. He's just never available for your team. He's probably going to play you, 10 or 15 games out of in a season when you got 38 games in the league and you got, like, the Champions League, FA Cup and League Cup, and you can only get 15 games out of him. And he's injured. The man got injured falling over.
Liverpool. No disrespect. He's had about 5 amazing games. That's it.
Yeah, that's since he's been in this club. And the man's got injured.
5 games in 5 years, man.
Falling over, The man fell over and he got injured. Do you know what I mean? He's just like, no, but it's true though. What is the point of having a player like that? If like every time you are injured. And you got the audacity to say that today, well, you're not going to sign another contract because it's not good enough for you. You should be happy you got a contract in the first place. Do you know what I mean? It just don't make no sense.
We should start introducing injury clauses, 5 more injuries, the club get an option just to bin it off. We'll be fine.
Could you imagine? Why are you going after players that you need to put an injury clause in, though?
This is true. Yeah.
Naby before he got here didn't have.
No, he didn't have no problems. It's just English.
Ox has had injuries his whole career, bro.
It's just English football is too much for Naby. That's all it is.
I like Ox's misses though, man. So we
go
can
to
stay.
Italy. Naby should go to Italy.
Look at Dahl.
That was him screaming. That was him screaming at the Newcastle Dons.
Yeah, that's him. I love.
Bro. This geezer's a nut job, bro.
I thought I loved Darwin. I thought I loved Darwin.
Look at Liverpool fans love him. He's a nut job, bro.
Look at that woman with that crutch.
Yeah, we need shit housery in our squad, man. We're too nice, isn't it? We're too nice, bro.
We've said that for ages. We are too nice.
As long as it doesn't go to the Suarez levels of shit housery, we're all good, bro. But, you know what I'm saying?
But that's a bit, But look, we got the win. We're all happy. We won last minute. It's nothing like a last minute winner, though. I
love it, bro.
There is nothing.
I didn't even think it had gone in.
No, neither did I. And then I saw it bounce, and then it's like, yes.
Because I've watched it.
See the replay as well. The finish was great.
I've watched it back on the replay, right? He boots it at the bar, I think. But like, there's like, I don't know if it's the hoarding or something, or like Pope's hands. Then something's white, and the ball, he hits it, and the ball just disappears. And I'm like, what's happened? Then I seen him celebrating, and I was like,
yeah, Matip hilarious, man.
Oh, this guy.
Apparently, Jurgen Klopp has said, "No, I don't think we'll sign anyone."
Yeah, that's the same quote from what you said, man. I love them. Yeah, I love them. I do.
Klopp's just managing expectation. That's all he's doing.
Yeah. He also said in that quote, "The door is open if we have enough time." So obviously, this Douglas Luiz thing is going off everywhere. I've just read Steven Gerrard's quotes as well, basically what you said earlier, Savage. So he thinks he's going to lose him. He's on the assumption that he's going to lose him.
Atletico in for him as well, though, isn't it?
Atletico in for him. And Man City have got a buyback clause on him as well, ain't they? So
does he bring his missus with him if he comes to us, though? Because if he does,
he's got to bring. He's got to bring a. I'm sure.
Over here,
to be fair, Savage, I think he's got to bring her no matter where he goes.
Bro, all I'm saying is, I saw her close up in the town centre. Jeez,
go on,
for real,
on, John.
She lives in my ends on it.
Bombo clad, man. Tell the dog.
Go on, John. What do you say, mate?
Right. Pick up, John.
Am I the only one here that's not happy with tonight?
Nah, we won, bro. I'm happy, bro.
Johnny!
I'm really not happy.
Nah, John. In fairness, we've been on for over an hour, and to be fair, we've been a bit negative.
We should have lost the game. Yeah. We should have lost that game.
Nah,
I don't think it was bad enough to lose.
That was
not about that.
We should have lost the game. Their goal was onside.
No, it wasn't.
We should have lost the game.
It wasn't onside.
It was onside. Look at it. It was onside.
I must admit, John, when they showed the replay and they're showing the still of it, it looked a bit. It was
his head. It was his head, and you can score with your head on it, so you're offside. I don't like the rules, but that is offside.
Look onside to me. I'm not happy with that performance. I'm really not. We should have lost that game. And if Newcastle had a fully fit squad, they would have destroyed us tonight.
Yeah, but if we had a full squad, we destroyed them. If our squad was fit,
because they would have been open. If
we
they
would
had
have
a full squad, they would have went out.
This is the problem, but our squad is injuries. Our squad is full of injuries. We've all these players come back, yes. Right, how long is it going to be until all these players are back out injured?
They're starting to come back, to be fair.
Right, they're coming back, but how long is it going to be until they're injured again? What, 2-3 weeks' time?
Yeah.
Unless we improve the squad, then I'm sorry, but this season is going to be a fucking long-ass season.
Yeah.
And this comes down, for me, everyone's going to disagree with me. For me, this comes down on FSG's door.
He's off.
If they don't do something tomorrow, then they need to fuck out my club. If FSG don't do something tomorrow, they need to get the fuck out my club.
No, I agree, John. I agree.
Because they're ruining this club. Klopp is crying out for midfielder.
John, I quite like FSG still.
He said he wants midfielder, and he still hasn't.
Man's offside, bro. Look, you tell me this ain't offside. Man's offside, bro. What are you talking about?
But look at the feet. Look at the feet.
He looked onside to me. I think that game.
Bro, the picture's not straight. That's why they always show you on that stupid.
Yeah, they should show it width to width of the pitch.
Yeah.
But what it is that they've already. I think they said in commentary as well. Isaac's head was over the line.
His head was over the line, isn't it?
Right.
You shouldn't make it. The rules are dumb because you can't. No one scores from the halfway line with their head, so it shouldn't make a difference, bro.
Has Jurgen Klopp come out and called for a midfielder?
Not really. Not called for one.
Oh, of course he has. He says...
you're being too kind to Klopp there. He didn't really call for one.
He didn't call anyone out.
You're right. We need a midfielder. We're in for a midfielder. He still hasn't got one.
That thing where he said, you're right, though, he was taking a mick, because if you watch the other press conference, he brought it up again at the beginning.
He then came out and says, I'm not in control of what I can spend.
Well, no manager is.
Right, but at the end of the day, if your manager comes to you and says, I need a midfielder, and we're the Liverpool Football Club, we made more money than Manchester United last year. We're one of the richest clubs in the world. No one can tell me we can't afford 40, 50, 60 million pound extra.
No, I do agree. I do agree with that. I'm not going to disagree that.
We can take that gamble. We know for a fact we can take that gamble and go that wee bit extra, but we haven't done it. It goes back to when we did defenders. Jurgen Klopp came out and said we need a defender. Who did we get? Kapak and fucking Ben Davies, who never played for the team.
Do you know with that though? I go back to that all the time. I go back to that all the time. What were the two defenders that got us in the top four?
I get what you're saying, but then they had
two defenders that already played for Liverpool.
Right, but if you go back and look at it, had we signed two proper defenders and won them 6 games at Anfield, we would have won the league.
Yeah, but
that's 6
would
games.
We?
Them 6 games.
It's a stretch.
Would we?
But them 6 games without proper defenders cost us the league. That is only.
I think we just would have got top 4 comfortably. I think
we just got top 4 comfortably. I don't think we would have won the league.
We could have won the league. Look, if you actually look at the stats, we could have won the league.
Yeah, but
John, last season we had a.
But then, what do you do with all the defenders that you got when everyone's fit? What do you do then? You got to get rid of them all.
We're in the business of winning titles. We're in the business of winning trophies.
Yeah, but John, last season we had a fit squad and we didn't win the league.
I'm in the business of doing what's best for the Football Club.
John, is your TV all right? Because I'm the way I'm picking this up, you must have smashed your TV watching this game, bro.
I mean, I was about to. I was literally about to smash the TV up. I'm fucking pissed.
I agree.
It's all right, man. Listen, you need a hug, bro. It's all good, man.
I do agree with part he's not completely wrong. But look,
I don't know, man. This squad's incredible. This squad, we've got injuries at the minute, but like you look down the squad list, and if they were all fit, man, the squad's incredible.
Right, who we're relying on? We're relying on kids. We're relying on Carvalho.
At the minute. But like, if Thiago's fit, he plays.
Yeah, but they're quality.
He's never fucking fit.
Jamie, I know what you're going to say, bro.
But
if they're good enough, are you really relying on kids or are you just relying on young talent? Because
we relied. Look, if you look back on this, we relied on McLoan. What did we do then? We burnt him out.
Yeah, but it's different now. Science.
Can't blame FSG for that.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't FSG.
We do the exact same to Harvey Elliott and Carvalho. We're going to burn these kids out. We burnt Robbo out. We probably burnt fucking Trent out.
Robbo's 28.
Nah, Trent don't run enough to be burnt out, bro. I can't lie, bro.
That's very true.
I'm sorry, FSG need to get the fuck out of my club unless they do something smart.
You know something,
FSG, when the midfield, the thing with the midfield, I do agree we do need players there. No, I do agree with you. The problem is when Klopp starts saying Naby Keita's world class and Ox is world class, and he says these things, and when he realizes he's still like, we've had players in this midfield that could play, and then he still plays Milner and Henderson.
But you can't trust them. They're fucking injury prone. The second they go on the pitch, they get fucking. Naby gets injured kicking a fucking bit of grass.
But he shouldn't buy them then. then Jurgen Klopp should get rid of them.
If Jurgen Klopp gets rid of him, then Jurgen Klopp knows for a fact he's not going to get the money to replace a fucking £50 million saving. He's going to get maybe £10 million.
No, we will get the money, and I don't care about how much.
Can I just say something?
Spending much on a player is ridiculous. So, don't matter with me.
Can I just say something? Right. The thing is, I kind of agree with John in this sense. Today, it's like when we won the league that season, and we beat Man City to win the league. Yeah, one of the main reasons why we did that is because Man City never had a defender. They didn't have a proper defender. So what they did the following season,
only Laporte was injured. That's it. Only.
Oh, I think he's
got... FSG cut your stream off, bro. They cut your Wi-Fi off, bro. Billionaires have spoken.
What I would say on it? What I would say on it is like last season, right? This team, this squad, right, has been putting together like 90 plus seasons. Like we get to Champions League finals most years. Like we've got one of the best managers in the world. We're expanding the stadium. The revenue's increasing. I'm frustrated as you are, John, that we haven't signed more players this season, but we have also signed an £85 million striker.
Right.
You know,
I get your point. I knew someone was going to say that. I knew someone would say that. Right. We've signed that striker, but we got most of that money back. Where is that money going to?
Say that again, John.
We signed Nunez, correct?
Yeah.
We get most of that money back. Where is that money that we got back from Nunez?
Going in the new stand, probably.
No. The new stand is getting paid for by naming rights.
Well, not yet.
This stand.
FSG. That's what really bugs me with FSG. People say FSG is upgraded the stadium. Bullshit. If FSG loaned us the money for the main stand, we pay that back to them. It didn't cost them a penny. The new stand they're building just now, they're looking to sell naming rights. So therefore, it's not going to cost them a penny. The training ground that they built, bullshit. They didn't build that. Axel built that. FSG have not spent the money on that ground or on the training ground.
The thing is, John, like you're probably right, but like everything at the minute seems to be working out as cost neutral, right? But it's sustainable. That's the thing. Like this squad, but
the 70 million that we made back this summer.
Yeah. But this is what I'm saying. Like this,
where is it?
Like the whole approach from FSG and everybody else is to build a sustainable infrastructure for Liverpool whilst competing on the pitch. The thing is, like, the thing is, we are doing that.
Right, we went out and we dropped 75 million on a striker. Now we've been told over the years, whatever we make on transfers will be reinvested back into the team. Where's that 75 million we've made back?
All I can say, John, is like if you actually look at the accounts, everything that the club makes gets put back into the club. Like it just does. Like I can't recall the figures off the top of my head, but if you look at it and assess this,
all due respect, I'm coming on either hot-headed. I love all you guys. I'm coming on hot-headed at the minute, so I apologize.
No, I understand.
We have made 70 million. Say we made 70 million back off the Nunez deal. That is meant to be put back into the team, into the transfer kitty. Where is that money?
I tell you what, Carroll's probably buying some well-expensive beans, because who knows, John? Who knows?
You know what it is? It was meant to be on Tuchemeni. Now Klopp has already come out and said we was after Tuchemeni, but he chose Real
Madrid. He said it on the last press conference.
So that's already come out. So we were buying a midfielder. So we were buying Tuchemeni. 40 million. So that money on Tuchemeni, then you're looking at that's the money done, ain't it? That's what I'm trying to say.
No, but we didn't buy Tuchemeni.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm getting to. So Tuchemeni left, Tuchemeni left, right? And he went to Real Madrid. When a player picks another team, he goes to that team. You can't change their mind. He wanted to go to Real Madrid. He went to Real Madrid. Now, what Liverpool had to have in mind is surely there was a plan B. Who was the plan B transfer? Now, we've done that many times. We've always had a plan B transfer. We were after, I can't remember who it was after before Salah, and Salah was plan B, and same with Mane. Yeah, Julian Brand. Yeah, and we're after these players, and we've always got a plan B that we go to, or a player that just comes out of the blue that we didn't know we was looking at, like a Jota, like a Fabinho, like them players that we didn't even know we were after, just come out of nowhere. And a Shaqiri and things like that. So where's the plan B? That's where I agree with you, John. Where is the plan B?
Plan B is not always in the same season, though, isn't it? That's the problem.
That's the problem.
That's the problem with the fans have. It's like they've got a plan B. From what Klopp said in the last press conference, when he mentioned Tuchemeni, and then he said, it's not like this. We've been going after the players that...
He did not mention Tuchemeni.
Yeah, I know, but everyone knows it was Tuchemeni, though.
Yeah, did we really?
Yeah, he said, I went after a player that we wanted, and he decided that he wanted to play for a different club.
Paqueta? We tried to hijack him.
He ain't Paqueta, bro.
We tried to hijack him.
Definitely ain't him. He didn't choose West Ham over Liverpool. Liverpool didn't try and get him.
Sources saying we tried to hijack the deal.
Oh, hijack the deal, but the way Klopp's speaking is if he doesn't do things last minute. So when he's saying the player that he wanted went to a different club, he's not on about in the last week. He's on about like as soon as the window opened.
Yeah.
Like the Tuchemeni thing, they've said 100% that was going to go in for him. He's gone to a different club. He said that happens, innit? The plan B, what James is on about, is 100% right. It's just that our views don't align with the club, innit? Because if the club say that, Klopp keeps saying it, and I'm not against him with talking about the perfect player and that, because what he's saying is the players for the future. It's for like now and the future. So even for what he said, even when he's gone, that he wants that player to be there and invest in the club and that. So it's one of them ones. I think the plan B, the big plan B, is for next season. The other guy, what's the other guy everyone was talking about yesterday? The Leipzig player.
Oh, Conrad
Lima.
Yeah. Well, I seen with that thing. Obviously, there's him at Liverpool and Bayern Munich. Liverpool's definitely spoke to him and that. But apparently, well, it's not apparently, it's a fact, isn't it? Obviously, if you play in the same country, you can't do the pre-contract, innit?
Yeah.
So you can't.
Yeah.
But they said that Liverpool can do the pre-contract in January if they want to get him. But my guess is that they probably don't want him. He was probably just for now because we need a midfielder. So I don't know. But I do understand your frustration, John. I'm just so used to it.
Totally
the problem is that you said it falls at FSG's door, but Klopp keeps telling. He said it with his own words. He said it's always been like this. So if everyone wasn't like this before, then it's almost like we're not getting what we want now.
Right,
but nothing's changed though.
It's always been like it. So Jurgen Klopp,
yeah, exactly.
He's always been trying to build a team with his hands behind his back.
No, because the Klopp definitely chose to go along with that. That's what I'm saying. If it's always been like that since when he joined the club, he's had time, been there 7 years or 6 years, and then decided to sign a new contract. He said he was fine with it as well in that press conference. He said, "I'm fine with it." But
he could have signed that contract out of love for the club.
Oh no, that's what I think he did. But did you hear what he said about Scott Parker? And then he said, "This is why you have to have good owners." He loves FSG, bro. I said this when I put that analogy to everyone yesterday, and I tried to get it across. I know it sounded funny and that, but I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, if you're with a woman for 20 years and she's amazing, but she just only gives you blowjobs on your birthday and that, she's incredible, isn't it? Every now and again, you might want a blowjob outside of the birthday. And
I'd like one. I'd love one on my birthday. Jesus.
She might say yes. She might say no. But at the end of the day, you're like, it don't matter because the sex is great. And that's what Klopp thinks about FSG, innit? The team is the sex. It's great. Every now and again, I want a blowjob, not just on the transfer window when I'm scraping for it. And then FSG's like, Klopp, don't know about that, you know. And then Klopp comes out and says, listen, you's like, we're right. I need that blowjob. And now we're looking for one.
I tell you what, I was fucking pissed off, but you just fucking cheered me up.
That's what's happened, bro. Klopp just wants a blowjob, bro.
You know what? Quick and thing, yeah. That's what I'm saying that day. Like Klopp, it's both Klopp and FSG are part of the problem. It's both of them are part of the problem. Do you know what I mean? It's like you ain't gonna get one without the other. Do you know what I mean? Because I just look at the season and day when Man City lost the league and everything that they went out and strengthened. They went out and put what was wrong the previous.
Oh, I think he's got out. I wanted to ask it. What is the problem? Like, I keep referring to the problem. What is the problem? Because for me, competing with league titles in Champions League and winning domestic cups and signing Thiago, Jota, Diaz, Nunes, Carvalho, that don't sound like a problem to me.
Right. But the problem is...
Sorry about Pac-Man. Bloody hell, Pac-Man.
Flipping hell, bro.
Yes, we're lucky. Now, don't get me wrong, I live through the days of Roy Hodgson, so I know this is good days at the minute. But what I'm scared of is if we don't start strengthening and start acting like big boys and spend big boy money, we could fall back to the bad days of Roy Hodgson.
But what would you prefer, though, John? Do you want to spend recklessly and put the club at risk, or do you want to spend sensibly? And look, we're probably not going to win a league title this season, but we'll probably, if we spend sensibly, sustain getting top four for the next 5-10.
Right. But
that's how they'll look at it.
But we don't need to spend recklessly. But don't we make enough money to be able to spend comfortably and still compete? But we're not doing that.
I agree. I agree with the point that we perhaps should sign somebody else.
Money you just drop.
Don't use Manu as a thingy. They're fucked, bro. That's not even money they have to spend
in the summer, right? Klopp's not spend. It's 300 million in the whole time he's been here. You're telling me we can't go an extra 40 million, 50 million this summer?
Yeah, I 100% agree that we can. You are right. We can.
Seriously wrong at the club.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, but only because of the injuries and the results. Like, if we'd have started this season winning the games that, let's face it, this team with or without injuries should have won, and we're sitting on 15 points at the top with Arsenal, right? And we've got 1 or 2 injuries, not 11. I'm looking at this squad going, I'd like a midfielder, but I don't feel the need for one. I only feel the need for one because we've been playing crap and we've got so many injuries.
Right, but if you deep it and you think about the injury players that we have, you know for a fact we need to strengthen this team. How long is
I agree with you there. I agree with
we
that,
stay on this track that we're on just now, right? We stay on this form just now. How long is it going to be before we start asking serious questions as to where this team is heading?
John, you're right. My only problem with it all, right, for me, this whole fan base is happy with the ownership. And why I tell you that is a lot of people might talk, John, I know you're not, but a lot of people might talk and all that. But as soon as our kits come out, they sell out straight away. All our kits sell out straight away. Merchandise goes through the roof. Season tickets sell out straight away. So there's no one in our fan base really going like, we want FSG out. The owners are looking at it and thinking like, no one really wants us out. We don't hear anything because
that could change very quickly. That could change very quick.
But what's the difference between now, last season, the season before, and the season before that? Because money's always been the same. That's what I'm trying to say. The fan base in general, if they want to do anything about it, they need to. When kits come out, they don't sell fast. Season tickets take a long time to go. Spare tickets take a long time to go. Merchandise is down. Now, things like that, fans have got to put their mark on it.
For me, what has changed is we're 3 windows behind. We've been dragging this squad along, trying to get as much out this squad as we can. And at the minute, we've rinsed this squad. We've rinsed Jordan Henderson. We've rinsed Milner. Fab maybe even rinsed. Rabbo. There's something not right with him at the minute. There's something not right with Trent. Van Dijk is looking fucking dodgy as well. Let's be honest. Van Dijk has been shit this season.
But can you blame all that on the owners? Does the manager have to take some responsibility for that?
That's what we're going to do.
No, you're right.
Van Dijk being Robertson ain't got nothing to do.
The owners aren't giving the manager the money to go improve the relaxed.
I don't know. Last season, a lot of Liverpool fans said this is the best squad we've had since the 80s.
Everyone said it, bro.
All Liverpool fans last season were saying this is the best squad we've had since the 80s.
We also knew, hand on heart, we also knew this squad was aging. This squad needs improving. And we haven't improved the squad.
Take Endo and Milner out of it, the age of the squad goes down stupidly, a lot.
We still haven't improved. Have we improved the squad?
No.
Are you not count? I'm not being like. Are you not counting Elliott and Carvalho as improvements? Because if everyone's telling me that there seem to be,
we can't keep relying on kids.
Why not?
We all know they're kids. They're
not. The team's not full of them though. The team's not full of kids.
Elliott and Carvalho, we all know for a fact their form is going to go like this, then it will dip, then it'll go back up again, and it will dip. It's not going to be consistent.
So are you saying that the age of somebody would determine how their form's going to go? Because we don't know that for us. Of course, everyone's going to have blips, you know what I mean? I'm sure Foden doesn't play incredible every game. Exactly. That might not even be based on the age. Like,
proof of this happened. There is proof of form dripping.
From who?
Foden's form drips every season.
They won the league. And he was massive in it.
Right, but Foden's form did drop.
Yeah. Everyone's form drops though, innit? No one stays. I mean, Haaland's form might not drop for the rest of the season, but everyone's form drips off at some point. Like we had Mane for half the season, Salah for the other half.
Look at Curtis Jones. We all thought he was going to be the next best thing. What's he really done?
I like Curtis Jones, to be fair, but I don't listen. I agree with you. I just don't think that that's got nothing to do with their age though. Because all of our senior players' form has dropped off. So I'm saying, like, how can you not?
You know what I'm saying?
I see them as an investment into the squad, and now I don't see them as, let's just use these for Carvalho and Elliott for FA Cups and League Cups.
You can't put too much pressure on a young person's shoulders.
But they're surrounded by experience. There's only 2 of them.
How young were the class of 92 that came into Man United and won the league?
19, 18.
you're good enough.
Mbappe, World Cup, Pele, World Cup. If you're good enough, you're good enough, bro. Like, I understand what you're saying. If our team was all youth, like Arsenal's got a young team in it. They got you know what I mean? Their average age is younger than ours, but Arsenal's team's still young. They still got experience in and out the squad. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even like Odegaard's still young, but he's got experience because he's been around since he was like 15 and that. But what I'm saying is, Elliott and Carvalho are not playing with a team that has no experience. The whole back four that Elliott and Carvalho is playing with has got experience. Whoever's going to play in the six is definitely going to have the experience because they're the only players we have there. And the whole front line has experience, bro. Obviously, Núñez is new, but that makes it exciting. Jata's got experience of the Premier League. He's been here for 4-5 seasons now in the Premier League, or 4. Salah's definitely got experience, and Diaz has got experience. Look how good he is. So I'm not saying that John's wrong. I'm just saying that when it seems like every time everyone talks about the transfers, no one's even mentioning like Carvalho. It's like he never got signed. It's like him, Núñez, and obviously Thingy hasn't played yet, to be fair to Ramsey. But there has been 3 signings made. And I do believe that obviously a midfielder should come in and that. But for me, like I'm looking at they look that good to me. Right, and I'm not basing off today's game.
To put it back, should we have capped Bradley? Should we have capped on back? Are these players good enough for the first team?
But the other two can.
Young players?
No, not that, because it's if you're young and you can push the players that are already in the squad. If you're young and you can't, like Foden didn't like get shoehorned into the squad. He was good enough to play, and then was like, hold on a minute.
That's the problem. We're not rotating these players into the squad. We're
playing today, and what you want us to game? It's 5 games in. Carvalho's only been take away pre-season. Carvalho's been in for 5 games, bro, and he scored.
Carvalho didn't even start. We're not even relying on him.
Right, Elliott scored. Carvalho scored.
Look at Elliott. Elliott started last season every single game, pretty much.
Because you couldn't drop him. He was that good.
And to be fair, every single game is 9 games because he was injured.
We shouldn't have.
He's on 13 games for Liverpool.
We should be able to drop him and say, right, take a week out.
John, we would though. We would and we will. We would and we will. He's played the season because he's played so well, and because of the injuries. It's not the plan to play Elliott.
Ask Jamie, because Jamie said it all pre-season. Me and Jamie had this conversation over Elliott more than Carvalho, because Carvalho was just coming into the squad. We both said we think that Elliott will start next year. We both was like, before the injury, Klopp was starting him. He was only 3-4 games, but he was starting him. He got injured. He came back in and he put him straight back into the Champions League squad, and he just wasn't ready yet. And now he's come back again. He was the best in pre-season, and now he's come back into the squad and put him straight back in again because
he's the best midfielder.
It's good enough. Like there will be rotation, obviously, but if you've got the, I know I keep using like these youth players who have done great stuff, but that's because I see that these are going to do good stuff, bro. If Mbappe's playing great and the World Cup comes up, we're like, oh, we're going to rotate him and drop him and not play him, and he won him the World Cup. Like the reason what, like, is Foden been better for Man City than Grealish? Because one of them cost 100 mil, and Foden's clearly been the better one, bro. Yeah, he was better than Sterling last season. Who was better than him? And these are like the same age players, bro. If you're good enough, you should play. That's kind of how I see it. And then obviously there is a point where you rotate him a bit because you don't want him to flip and burn out and go overdone and that. But best players always play in it. You know what I mean? That's why Salah always plays, because he's one of the best players, and that's why Van Dijk always plays.
I think young players are getting less burnt out these days as well, because science and technology and medicine.
And the problem got now is with the transfer window is, I think even that flipping, the one I don't like on Sky, Melissa Reddy, bro. She even said earlier, which I agree. The only thing I agree, she said that she said it seemed, nah, I don't care if she's Mane's Mrs. Man. He's like,
Miss Glad is all right. I like her.
When she speaks, she's not. Not when she speaks. I think when part of Liverpool is. Yes, and all I'm saying is, she said it's starting to seem like
you can solve that. Keep her over mouth.
Hey man, that's Mane's Mrs. Man. You deal with him. He's made of bricks. But she said, how come? She was right. She said that it seems like pretty average players that no one's excited about all of a sudden are going for 70 million, and it's gonna mess the stock. It's gonna mess the transfer market up forever. It's over now. What? This transfer window is over for everyone. I thought Grealish messed it up last season. It's done, bruv. Fofana plays for a bit, 75 million. Anthony, 100 million euros. These players are good players, but no one's even had a chance to see where their level's going to get to. Just like that, just buy them. Just buy them, splash the cash. Thank you very much, Manu, for doing this to the market and that. You know what I'm saying?
Just
Ronaldo can't even get a club.
Just to add to that as well, like kind of ties into these conversations we've been having. Liverpool, I'd say, started 7 years ago, attracting players in a way where their recruitment largely was based on statistics and things, right?
Yeah.
Every single club has cottoned onto that. So every player that we're looking at, right, everyone else is looking at. Like 100%. It's actually like quite remarkable that we managed to pull Carvalho off and stuff. Like it, I'm not sure if that went through with the tribunal, but at like such low fees, because like you look at like the people that West Ham and Villa are signing, like they're people that we'd have been looking at as well. Like we're not we're not like dominating the market in terms of, we should be in terms of it, like the attraction. But the truth of the matter is Villa can afford to offer people mad wages now. So can West Ham. You know, then you've still got Chelsea and City and United and Spurs, Arsenal. So like players have to, we're Liverpool fans, we'd all play for Liverpool, but players aren't the same, you know. So we're competing. News. Go on.
Apparently Douglas Luiz has asked Aston Villa to leave the club.
Yeah, that's I think that's what I think with Gerrard saying what he said earlier was him preparing. You know what I mean?
I take him.
Now he's a good player, man. I heard people saying he was a bum yesterday. I heard people saying he was a bum yesterday. I'm like,
no, he's a decent player.
Everyone's been snobby.
Man City thought a lot of him.
He's got techers, man. He's got techers. He's a strong guy. He's got great misses.
I just want to add something. I can only speak for myself with the squad quality. We played all the games last season, and I think that final against Real Madrid, probably that's the one. It's the fine margin. Although you could say Courtois was having his best ever appearance that final, but I agree to a certain extent that we need some quality, especially in midfield, like some sort of magic, or just like the what Gini brought to the table. Probably you could argue that because some of the players last season there's that sign of being tired, fatigue, exhaustion, all that stuff. Probably that's why that we probably didn't win. But what I can say is this season we'll see how it goes. If say worst case scenario that we didn't come to sign anyone on the transfer deadline, I just have to accept what we have, and probably as I said, priority this season is the big two, the Prem or the Champions League. So we're still an elite club, so we need to have that winning mentality to go all four fronts. But if we have to sacrifice just for the Prem or the Champions League with the squad that we have, injuries not to bar that everyone's gonna be fit for the later half of the season. We'll see how it goes. So that's all I have to say about the quality that we have. Yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, I agree with everyone. Like John's writing stuff. He says everyone's writing what they say today. Like, we're frustrated because the way the season started, the injuries we picked up straight away, and things like that. So it's highlighting everything. Like everything's highlighted at the moment massively. But it's like Man United, yeah. Man United wanted the Glazers out, right? They're massive marches. They want Glazers out, red and gold, all that sort of stuff. As soon as the club buy a couple of players, have you heard anything since? Have anyone heard anything since about it? If Liverpool start winning games again and players get fit, you won't hear about this again either.
Yeah, Harry Potter scarves have gone away, on it.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Look, we do need midfielders. We need new players. I would like Douglas Luiz. If that can happen, fine. He's a good player. He's energetic. He's skillful. Good on the ball. He's good off the ball. He's a good footballer. I'd like him. Bring him in. That'll help our midfield out. It help with rotation. But, one thing I've always thought with transfers at Liverpool Football Club since Jurgen Klopp is there is that Klopp is very particular on players. Extremely particular on players. Now, there might have been plenty of players that Liverpool are interested in that Klopp ain't interested in. Apparently, Klopp weren't interested in Matheus Nunes. That was the thing going around. The transfer committee wanted him. He was a player they're looking at. Klopp weren't a big fan of him, weren't interested in him. Now, we only know how bad this got. Like, once Klopp leaves, that's when we go to see what happens. Now, Conte came into Tottenham, a demanding manager, demanded players.
That guy's a gangster, man.
Let's face it, off an owner. Well, he's not the owner; he's the chairman. Off a chairman that does not release funds. Tottenham had their best seasons under Poch, making Champions League final and that, and he would not release funds. Because Poch was too much of a yes man. He was like, okay, sir, yes, sir, okay, sir, yeah. But Conte's not like that. He's like, you give me money, this is how good I am. You give me money, we'll start to do stuff. Now you can look as like, is Klopp demanding like that? Is he demanding like that, or is he sort of fella that's sort of like, you give me what you got and I'll do my best with it?
He ain't demanding. No way.
No, that's the thing. If Conte was at Liverpool right now, he would probably demand. There'll probably be two midfielders in. I can guarantee you right now.
Well, that's the difference, Jay, isn't it? They wouldn't take Conte because they know what it's like.
Exactly. So we're going to see what it's like after Klopp leaves, because yes, we need midfielders, but as I keep saying, Klopp is very, very particular on players he likes and players he needs. And players he thinks can work in a way that he wants it to work. And there's nothing wrong with that. You look at the players we picked up already in, the Klopp era. They're all quality footballers. You go back to when he was in charge of Borussia Dortmund and brought him back from the nether regions and brought them back and got certain players in that no one ever heard of. No one ever heard of Lewandowski when he was playing in Poland. Got him in for $2.5 million. Because he saw something in him. Klopp is very much a footballer. Where he likes, he can see talent in a player. That means he might not, and he brings them players in. Like Jota came in over Werner, and everyone was screaming for Werner because what he's doing in Germany. Werner just got a hat trick in Germany yesterday. He's got 4 goals in 2 games since going back. Yeah.
Klopp is a footballing man. You're 100% right. Klopp manages how I play FIFA, bro. I'm not even joking. I don't like all the bells and whistles on it. I refuse to spend my own money on it, and I always try and make my money on the game. Whereas I'm playing against Dons who are putting £70 in a week to get a better club and that like that. And it makes me feel good inside when I do better. But obviously I get done over sometimes. But you are right. He's a footballer. That's why he doesn't like when you ask him stuff in press conference. He doesn't like that part of the business, bro. He doesn't like the transfers. He doesn't like the press conferences. He just wants to do the football part. That's why you'll always get the best interview from Klopp online when it's something he chose to do. I promise, bro. All the other Skies, because obviously the Sky Sports, to pay them interviews, he has to do them. He don't choose to do them. Even the ones where it's sit down ones on YouTube. If it's Sky Sports, he has to do it, bro. But if you go on just Google or go on YouTube and search another interview where he's sitting down with a German lady, there's one when he's sitting down with a German lady. He chose to do that, bro. Even he's like, oh yeah, I haven't seen you in ages. We used to do this. It's the most comfortable interviews talking about friends and life and religion and that. Yeah, when it's football, it's mad.
Hey, I
don't mind how Klopp is, to be fair. I like him.
No, I like it.
Just to add to that, Savage, and it kind of brings it back to the game, right? That trust in players, right? Gomez has been an injury-prone player. He's stuck with him. He's not binned him out the door, and he played for us today, and I thought he played really well.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating when you have so much trust in players and you're not binning them off and getting the next man in and stuff. But actually, if it works out well for you, suddenly you create such a harmonious squad that then go on to challenge for the major honours. So
did all you watch his press conference yesterday? Did all you watch it? The last one, was it the Newcastle pre? There's a part when obviously they asked him about Scott Parker and stuff like that, and then there's a part when he was talking about like the transfers and people just binning off players. He almost mentioned like when I know loads of people were saying before, just get rid of Ox, blah blah blah, and he's like, it doesn't really work like that. Like, you know what I mean? There's a few players this season I've seen in the transfer window where their contracts have just been expired or they've terminated the contract and that, but it's kind of rare that it happens, isn't it?
Sorry, Savage. Do you know what I think he's actually relating to there? I think he was actually talking about the Ben Davies transfer.
Yeah, probably was.
I think he actually feels really bad for Ben Davies.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have chosen him, innit?
That was it. He was signed to the club and he never got an opportunity to play for the club.
Yeah.
I think Klopp's like us. He has emotions. He's human. He has a heart.
Yeah.
So I think he generally feels bad for that guy. They never got an opportunity at Liverpool.
I actually think that's the reason why Liverpool fans love Klopp, to be honest. I think you're right.
He's a man's man, ain't he?
Klopp's emotions, the way he is as a manager, that's the reason why everyone loves him. But when it's not going the fans' way, that's the reason why they've got a problem with him at the same time. It's like twofold, isn't it? Because you love him. Oh, he's giving everyone hugs and he's giving this person a chance, and it worked when he chose to use Robbo and he used Milner and Hendo, and then as soon as it doesn't work, it's like Klopp's too loyal on all this business, and I'm like,
oh, see, the thing about Klopp is like me. Yeah. He's like me and you.
Yeah.
I mean, we can get pissed off, we can be happy. He's like, tonight I come on fucking ranting and raving.
Yeah.
To me, I can relate. Klopp could do the exact same thing. He's just like us.
Yeah.
He's human and he shows that side of him. He's not that kind of manager who goes in front of the camera and just gives out a speech for the sake of it.
Nope.
He speaks his mind and he shows the love for the club.
Yeah, because he'll see that, like, as much as people. That's why I'm always trying to word stuff a certain way when we're talking about injuries. Of course, we have a joke and stuff like that, but everyone has to remember that players don't choose to get injured. Like, people speak about some of the players as if like they're idiots and they're not taking care of themselves properly. No, life just happens sometimes. It's like illnesses, isn't it? Sometimes it just happens. And luckily for them players, they've got Klopp as a manager who won't just throw them under the bus and kick them out. Because you know what it does to people mentally sometimes. Like, imagine, which is going to happen at some point, and that's how life works. But imagine Ox never gets fit. So he gets fit now again before the season's over, gets injured again straight away. Then everyone who was interested was like, we're not even going to take a punt on him, bro. Like, even if he's free, then he ends up like Wilshere, bro. Because if Wilshere played for Liverpool, he wouldn't have ended up like he did. It's just like some people care different, and it's mental health and all that business. So Klopp definitely cares about that side of the stuff more than the football, to be honest. He cares about once you're in the club, you're part of the family. He's not interested in all. That's why. What do you think Adrian's still like? Do you think Adrian's just there for his talent, bro? It can't be. It can't be, bro.
No, Adrian has a good. He's good for the dressing room.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Adrian is still. I was going to say quality. He's not a quality goalkeeper.
He's decent enough, though. He's
a decent number 3, to be fair.
He's decent. He's decently number 3.
He's never been brought, has he? Isn't that thing with Adrian? He's never been brought.
We're the only ones who re-signed him as well.
I just think, think of this year. You're like in a business and you're just doing your mate a solid, bro. You're like, oh, you're not really that good at your job. You're not really that good at your job, but the CEO's here and he said that I get to pick who's part of my team to get paid extra money and that. Now, your money's going to stay the same, but you're going to keep a nice wage and that. So I'm just going to say to him that you're good for team morale and that. And keep your contracts. That's what's
exactly.
It's probably what's happening. It's probably what's happening with Milner as well. Obviously, Milner is talented enough and he does the job on the pitch, but at the same time, he's like, yeah, I'm this age and I don't know what club I'm going to go to after this. Everyone likes to pretend that Milner's going to get this club to go to after, but let's be honest, bro. He's not like a foreign player who can go back to Brazil and play for like Corinthians and stuff. He's from here, bro. So it's just like people talking about Milner might go back to Leeds. Have you seen how much Leeds run? Good luck with that, bro. So Klopp's sort of like, yeah, it's probably Milner's last contract and that. He might retire at some point. Let's get you some money. Keep you in the squad. Play every now and again. Like Pat Manny said, Scott Carson, number 3. Scott Carson's chilling, bro. He's chilling, bro.
Scott Carson is only Man City player with a Champions League winning medal.
Who you lot will know this. Who was Rob Green paying for when he won the league? You remember? And he didn't play.
United.
Was it Rob Green?
Man United, wasn't it?
Was it man? Yeah. He didn't play in it. He just won the trophy and that. He didn't play. Yeah, it's madness, bro.
Your man has one as well. Never played for Man United, but he's got a winner's medal. Northern Ireland goalkeeper.
Which keeper?
Northern Ireland. I should know this.
Oh,
Roy Carroll.
Roy Carroll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roy Carroll, yeah.
Roy
I
Carroll.
remember
All I remember about Roy Carroll is that goal
Never
against Tottenham
played.
that went over the line. That's all I remember about Roy Carroll.
that Fabian Barthez days, you know. Wow.
Yeah, it's mad.
Good old days. The good old
mad, yeah.
days.
I just keep watching this video of the dugout celebrating the winner.
That's what I was just watching. And
Peter Luger has to calm
him down. Yeah, I know.
Darwin down. Brilliant. Oh yeah, I love.
Finger
Oh yeah,
beauty, innit?
I love Darwin Núñez. Yeah,
man.
Peter
He
Luger
looks
has to
like
calm Darwin Núñez down. He's like,
Bro,
chill.
Darwin Núñez to come back in the Merseyside derby is the maddest thing
Yeah.
ever, bro. You can't write this shit,
forward
bro.
to that.
Let's talk about that quickly because that is in a few. That is in a few days' time.
Yeah.
That is in
Yeah,
a
it's a
few
few
days'
days' time,
time. So we've got everything in a few days' time. We're hearing now that Hendo's got an hamstring issue. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow in the transfer deadline day.
Yeah.
Do you, against Everton, do you start Fabinho, Carvalho, and Elliott?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. But Milner's going to start, but I would
Yeah, I
start
was
them.
about to say that. And that is my problem. This is what I keep saying. This is what I keep saying.
I'm telling you now, Henderson's got to be on that pitch because it's going to be like Royal Rumble if Núñez is playing.
Yeah, Milner's going to put one on somebody straight away, bro. Straight away.
And with Darwin Núñez.
Darwin Núñez,
come back
is that
in.
a good thing? If Núñez plays, that
I want him.
face to it.
It'll be fine because there's no Richarlison. If Richarlison was still playing for them, I wouldn't start Núñez at all, bro, because, yeah, it's problems. It's problems, them two on the pitch and that. Flipping hell. And there's that South American thing where no one likes each other as well.
In fact, Frank against Klopp, fuck it, we've seen the last time, Frank.
Yeah, last time the journalist made that up and got Lampard angry, man. They asked Klopp a question. He was quite calm about it, and then they said something else to Lampard, and he lost it.
The Liverpool Chelsea game on the sideline.
Yeah.
And punch his head in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Yerry Mina, this geezer, bro. Yeah, Yerry Mina's a bit of a. Has he been playing? Though he ain't been playing, has he? Everton are shit, bro.
Isn't it Connor Cody? Part of the.
Oh yeah, Connor
line.
Cody.
Yeah.
Bro.
Connor Cody, OG.
The blue who turned into a red who went back to the Blues, bro. This is madness, bro.
Does he? So do you think all three play, or do you want all three to play? But do you think Milner will play?
No, Milner's going to play.
Milner's going to play.
Milner's playing.
Yeah, see,
Milner's
this is
gonna
what
play.
I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Whenever
I think Curtis was Curtis on the bench today.
Curtis on
Yeah,
the
man.
bench, but he
Scouse
didn't come
Curtis
on.
and that.
You might see Curtis.
Does Trent get dropped?
Nah.
No.
Milner at right back.
Yeah, all the Scousers on the pitch for the Merseyside derby, bro.
We didn't play Rhodes, or what?
Cav's right, to be fair. I would play Jones, you know.
And Darwin Núñez, does he start or does he come off the bench?
Nah, he'll come off the bench.
He
But
won't
Bobby scored today and flipping scored two and set up 3 the game before.
He won't come off bench, but I want him to start.
Yeah. I think everyone wants him to start, but to be fair to Bobby, man, you can't do
love to
much
see.
more than you have in the last few games, innit?
Yeah,
3 goals and 3 assists in the last 2 games.
Darwin Núñez gets a hat trick and then goes along the sideline and headbutts Big Dunk.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Big Dunk might not move if you headbutt him, bro. That geezer's crazy, bro.
That
You know when he was manager for a little bit, he had a Everton sweatband wrapped around his arm, bro.
Yeah.
Only nut jobs do that. Him and John Cena are the only people who put sweatbands around their arm, bro.
Why did Big Dunk never give him this fucking chance to be manager?
Because it's snobbery, bro. Football snobbery, man.
He should have
He's
been
British,
given a
innit, bro?
chance.
They weren't doing it, bro. Yeah, it's mad.
He'd do better than fucking Frank. Put it that way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Frank must have the gift of the gab, man, because he's just landing these jobs and that, bro.
I'm going to take it all our man and matches, John. Was all our man and the matches this fella here?
Oh, look at him, man. This guy, bro.
Man of the match for everybody?
Man of the match, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I can't lie, bro. He probably will be forgotten about in months down the line and that. But I might go back and watch this game again. I was so impressed. If you go back for Jamie's watch along and watch how many times Jamie started clapping for him like I'm telling you, bro. He was everywhere, bro. The part what I loved was when he was just running down lost causes and winning it back and winning corners, or he'd lose the ball and then win it back. And Diaz as well. Do you ever see the part where Diaz he tackled somebody, carried on running, he got tripped over, fell over with the ball, and got back up and carried on running and just passed the ball off, bro. Nah, bro, I love Diaz, you know, bro. This guy's serious. He's a serious guy, bro.
I've got one big problem with these watch-alongs that's really starting to fucking annoy me.
Go for it.
I've got one on my TV, I've got one on my laptop, I've got one on my fucking phone, and I've got one on my fucking son's phone.
Yeah, you lot might have to do some team watch-alongs on that, man, because
exactly.
everyone's on it, bro.
It's not just all join together and do one watch.
Bro, my notifications went off early, and I was like, "Yeah, this is awkward."
Honestly,
There's too many watch-alongs, bro.
One there, one there, one. Like, well, who the fuck am I watching here?
Yeah, there's a lot of Liverpool watch-alongs. So I do. I think I was doing one. Steve was doing one. Coppish are doing one. Transfer Room were doing one.
Yeah, Redmond's killing me, because the last two watch-alongs they've done, they're obviously using like an Amazon stick, bro. And both watch-alongs, it's gone off. They didn't see Carvalho's goal, bro. I was in stitches, bro. I was in stitches, bro. They came back on and was watching a replay. So flipping out, man.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my God, bro.
You don't need to join together and do one big watch-along.
Yeah, you just got to make sure that no one can watch it on the TV, innit? I don't think, unless you can pause it, because that's the thing, and it's the time. But if everyone can link up with the time, and that should be easy.
But just a bit off on a tangent, this, but Eddie Howe's doing well, isn't he?
Great manager, man. Told you should have had the England job.
All the injuries that Newcastle, I say all the injuries, they lost all their main players for this game.
Their best players weren't there. Yeah.
And quite surprising that Shaw and Botman didn't play, and they played well. Like, they played really well.
Can I ask what is wrong with Carvalho's celebration?
What, he didn't do anything?
That celebration he does, people were saying it's not hard to apply context to things. I'm 100% sure Carvalho and Elliott meant nothing, absolutely nothing by the celebration. But to deny it's simply tone deaf, especially when Liverpool have such close ties to the community, is massively irresponsible.
I know what they're talking about, bro.
No one, because he does. He does.
The gun thing.
Yeah. He's a kid. He's always He's always.
I'm not going to say this, innit? There's something wrong with you if you're looking at it like that, bro.
Exactly.
It's actually a celebration, though.
Yeah, he does it. He done it for Fulham as well.
Yeah. I knew he did it for Fulham, and I knew when he signed for Liverpool, I was like, this will get picked up at some point.
Someone just said that's coming from someone who's got Newcastle owners.
Yeah.
You didn't. Batty Street used to do the machine gun, flipping the Carvalho. Don't think in Cavani, bro. He pulls out a bow and arrow and shoots people with it, bro. What's wrong? What, Douglas to Arsenal?
Let's even fucking say something again.
Well, you're not allowed to be the Spanish Archer anymore. You're not allowed to do that now.
Not, you know what I mean? These men could have been doing Call of Duty celebrations before we know,
Douglas to Arsenal. There you go.
Now, Arsenal are mopping up with these transfers, bro. They're taking the piss, bro. They're taking the piss. Bro, Vieira's not even playing for them yet, bro. Yeah, man. Arsenal, bro.
Can we
Cronkies ain't having it, bro. They really don't want no protest, bro.
That's mad. That's just.
I can't keep watching that goal back, man. It's just so.
I'm trying to look. I don't see anything on social media about that.
No, that's what happens, though, Jay. No one does see anything, but then one person says it, and then everyone who's not a Liverpool fan jumps on it, and then it becomes trending and shit like that, bro. People don't actually care, bro. You know what I mean? Because if that's the case, why weren't people pulling it out last season when he was at Fulham? They need to get over it, bro.
Yeah, everyone's a bit like, I can understand it because it's his but it's his celebration, and I mean, I mean, the thing is, though, coming from Newcastle fans who actually have owners that are known for human rights violations, it comes as a bit of a, yeah, exactly. There you go. Matty's getting it. Yeah, I saw the celebration. It wasn't ill time, but definitely not anything meant to harm people. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
because it's all in the context and the bubble of football, man. That's where we leave it, bro.
Even the Ants comment.
Yeah. Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I'm a scouse myself. No need for people to start questioning 0 to it. Yeah, it's just his celebration. He's probably, to be fair, he's a 19-year-old kid. It's probably not fault. He scored in the last minute of the game in a massive game, not thought anything of it, and just sort of like
why would you think if it's
done
been
his
a celebration?
celebration? Done his celebration.
Adrenaline and all that. Yeah,
I can kind of understand. It's probably bad time with what happened in Liverpool.
Yeah, but it's what he does.
I just want to see if we go online, is any Scousers complaining, and I guarantee it's none. So, yeah, I mean, it's silly, bro. It's silly.
It's all Rebel fans.
It's what the world is. This is what the world is now, bro. You know, it's mad, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
you can pick apart any celebration and then say anything about it.
Yeah,
bro. It's madness, bro.
Trying
to enjoy our football and that, bro. Enjoy the, you know what I mean? Bring some happiness and that. And everyone's got problems with stuff, bro. Leave the man alone, bro. That's the kind of stuff that I don't like as well, especially when we're talking about the younger players and that, bro. Like, they don't need that kind of stuff, bro.
Yeah,
you know
I mean, I just want to say one thing about Elliott before we go. The man's bloody strong. Did you see how much he was knocking Joe Linton off the ball, holding Joe Linton off the ball, and Joe Linton's like a beast. And he was holding him off the ball. He was turning. He's got a low sense of gravity. Yeah,
you saw in that picture what you just put up there, man. You see the abs, bro. Didn't I say to you last season that he looked a bit
working out,
looking a bit fluffy and that, bro? Yeah. He's leaned out now, and he looks like he's growing up as well. You know that there's always that stage in it where you start growing up a little bit. But
he's doing good things.
That's what I would say about Carvalho. He still looks a little bit lightweight. I think he still needs to grow into his like adult body.
Yeah,
properly.
he does. Yeah, I like that he gets stuck in though. Even though he is lightweight, he still gets stuck in. I love that, man. That's why I love Thiago so much, because.
Yeah, big up Pat Man. Got to big up Pat Man. He's always here, and he's a Man City fan. So got to big up Pat Man. Give Pat Man his love. He's always here. Haaland touches his ear and starts saying he's disrespectful.
Haaland still got my favorite.
I was not laughing at that comment just for everyone.
I was laughing at it, bro.
Can we just
have a few comments before?
My favorite Haaland celebration to this day, I can't get it, is that one when he points at that one woman in the crowd. That is the funniest thing. They put it on FIFA now as well, bro. She's just sitting there on her own. Absolutely legacy. Oh, I hate that he plays for Man City, man.
Have you seen the Carvalho fake injury celebration? I loved it. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
When
he sat down while they were celebrating around.
Cramp, didn't he?
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But look, we got the win.
Trippier looked devastated after that goal winning, bro.
Yeah.
He actually played amazing. He's doing everything in the game, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Isak is a good. He played well, to be fair to him as well. Like, his goal was offside in answer to that comment, but like his finish, like he sat two of our players down, man, and slided past Alisson.
Robbo done his best Milner impression on it and slid right past him.
Yeah, he I think he's gonna be good. You know, like, it's only one game, but you know, where you could just see things in a player where you're like, and
it's what they needed as well. Definitely.
Yeah, and playing for Newcastle for the next few years, he's going to be given space, like, to play in. Like, games are going to be end to end for them, so he could just.
What were you all thinking about Newcastle, bro? Without going over the top on that, because I said this in the preview, like, they've been playing good since last season. It's not changed, bro. It's not like they've all of a sudden started the season and been well. Because I mean, apart from this game, they was unbeaten this season so far. And obviously, they had a few draws. But last season, obviously, Eddie Howe was the third best in stats as a manager after Pep and Klopp. And he's carried on all the way through. He seems to have got good camaraderie with the staff on the sideline and that. And you can see them all putting their input on. And they don't look like the easiest team to beat, bro. And clearly today, they missed three of their best players, which are definitely three of their best players. We're not making it up. That's their top three players all weren't playing on it. So when I'm looking at the rest of the teams in the league of who they should be able to get points off and stuff like that, bro, I think that Europa League / conference spot, Newcastle might take that spot. We'll have to see how it goes in that, but isn't the conference spot 8th or 7th?
7th, I thought.
Yeah, they're gonna take that spot, bro.
They've
looking
played
at them already, and
they've got 6 points. They've played Brighton, and Brighton have started the season really well.
Yep.
They've played Man City, and they've played Wolves. And you can draw to Wolves. Don't get it like
you can draw to Wolves. They drew with Man City, and then nearly drew with us.
And they just almost drew with us. But the thing, like to add to your point, Savage, like competing for that European space is like come the transfer window in the January, they'll strengthen again.
Yeah.
So like this is non-stop now. Every window they're going to add, 2-3 players that you just like.
Very smart, man.
Yeah.
Did you not see Zaha's interview yesterday after the game?
Yeah. When he slagged off the tactics,
he was so pissed, bro. He was so pissed. To be fair, he weren't really slagging him because he's kind of said what we were saying about like all last season. I was really enjoying watching Crystal Palace, and at least 5 games I watched them throw away in the last couple of minutes. He kind of blamed his team. He kind of just said like one lapse of concentration and we let them score. But I was creasing because when the woman was like, "Was you happy with his goal?" Was amazing, by the way. And she's like, he's like, "Well, I'll be happy with my goal if we won, if it meant something, but it doesn't mean anything." Zaha's a good servant to the club, man. I think at this point, bro, if Zaha leaves Crystal Palace, they just have to clap him off, man, because he could have left ages ago.
Palace legend, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Right, guys, I've got to get off, and I might be back tomorrow. It all depends if Liverpool do any transfer business. If they do anything, I'll be live around the end of the transfer window. So look out for that. I might even go live at the end of the transfer window anyway, just to have a laugh.
Yeah, let me know if you do, bro. Sorry,
I was going to, but apparently there's loads of people doing it. So I just
What was you on about then? I didn't even hear what you said.
I was just saying I was going to do a transfer window special like for a few hours tomorrow night, but
if you don't do it, I'll jump on and do it.
There's loads of people doing it, like in our community.
Anyone in our group, like people that we chill with.
I'm not sure. I think Steve.
If it's none of us, then I'll do it. Then everyone can just jump on when they feel like it or get in the chat.
Because I was going to go live from about 10 o'clock because it shuts at 11, don't it?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. You just let me know because if you do it, I'll just jump in your chat. If not, then I'll do it and I'll throw it on.
I'll probably do it around. I'll probably do it around 10 o'clock and just go live for the half hour. And have a massive laugh about it when we don't sign no one. Just let everyone melt down. Just let everyone. I'll bring John on so he can have his FSG match.
Yeah, you should think, man. You should. While you doing that, you should. Yeah, you should think while you're doing that. You should load Twitter up and put it on full screen and that. We'll just go
that's what I'm going to do. I'll just go have a massive laugh and we'll go. Time. But also, I want you to say one thing as well. So apparently, a lot of people messaged me and actually sort of liked the podcast we all did the other day when we was meant to do the Newcastle preview, and it went a bit different. Yeah. Apparently, a lot of people enjoyed that. A lot of people liked it. So I'm thinking of doing a Jamie Phillips After Dark podcast where we just talk about anything and everything, and just have a laugh for an hour or two.
I think we got it, Jay, because we're getting sidetracked in these fucking previews and reaction shows.
I'm just thinking that'd be fun. Just do like a 2-hour show, Jamie Phillips After Dark, maybe like 10 p.m. onwards, and just do like a fun show if everyone's up for that. Because I might start that next week.
So we can come on and say whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, to a degree that I can't get demonetized. Yeah.
You might as well forget monetization on that video. You might as well just have because
what I do for them shows, I'll just turn monetization off.
Turn it off, man, because it's gonna go in the first 5 minutes, bro.
Just have no adverts. But yeah, so I'm thinking of doing that from next week. So if everyone would be up for that and would like to come on, we can make it a regular thing like every week. And just chat about stupid stuff like we do chat about, and just have fun, not take.
When your next video, John?
GG. Archester.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
John, when your next video?
I'm going to do a reaction video. I was meant to do it tonight, but I can't be asked. I'm too pissed off. So
go on, John. We won. We're up to fifth.
Hey, bro, that's one spot away from Champions League, bro.
I've been in a good mood now. Don't bring me back down again.
Hey, John. Fifth. We're winning games again. Players coming back from injury. Nunes back on Saturday.
Come on.
Merseyside derby. Come on, man. You got to be positive.
But no, I'm going to drop one tomorrow about 9 o'clock if any of you guys are free to jump on.
Yeah, no worries.
Morning or night?
Night.
Yeah, what day is it tomorrow? Thursday. Yeah, it should be fine.
Thursday.
Cav, we have to think as well, and everyone else in chat. We have to do hangover in it because the game's a midweek, bro.
Jimmy, you're doing 10 o'clock, aren't you?
Yeah, that'd be 10 o'clock. I'll be going. Yeah.
Free Friday, Cav.
Probably move it about 8 o'clock.
Yeah, go 8 o'clock. Then you come straight on.
Friday late afternoon. Yeah, what we're gonna do about hangover show because we've got midweek games now.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We can't, mate. I don't know, bro. Well, if it's a midweek, Premier League game,
just look at this beautiful
then
picture.
we can obviously cover the. We can.
Just look at baby Jamie.
That's
look at baby Jamie. That's all you need to look at.
If it's midweek Prem, then and you can't be, and you're not free, then we'll just do it all the week after, innit?
Let's play by ear. We should be able to streamline. We might have to streamline it a little bit because me and you go into depths on teams sometimes, don't we? But like, we might have to streamline it a bit. But yeah, we'll do one. We'll do one. Man. It'd be good to get one done for at least every game week, wouldn't it? Be consistent with it.
Yeah, we'll just focus on the thing, innit? The big six and that, and then the rest we'll just run through.
Yeah.
We don't need to go into depth of a flipping Nottingham versus Brighton, bro. You know, like that.
Hey, we might have to about Brighton if they keep up this form. To be fair.
Hey, they lost yesterday, man.
They're still above us. So.
Fulham doing bits. So
R.I.P. Nottingham, man. They're done out here. Nottingham and Bournemouth are done out here, bro. This flipping out, bro.
Chucky from
this is
Rugrats.
unforgiving. That's what you get for signing 27
Chucky
players.
from Rugrats.
That's funny, bro. Hey, slap the glasses on and you never know, bro.
That angel face is nowhere near. Look at that angel face. Look. Amazing. Just lucky lucky things ain't going around like they are now when I was that young. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ.
So, just a side note to Savage. I'm looking forward to your reaction on the Winnie the Pooh, the new trailer.
I'm doing that when I get off
yet? Has anyone seen that yet?
Yeah.
I've saved it. When I get off, it'll be up in tomorrow morning.
Oh man, that Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, I think it's called.
Are you doing a watch along for the wrestling the weekend?
Yeah, I've got. It's already scheduled. I've got it 6:30, I think, on Saturday, and then so as soon as the Liverpool match finishes,
Burnley shirt.
So yeah, I'll be doing it. So if anyone wants to, I'll just throw the link in, and you can jump in whenever you want. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it, bro. I'm excited for it to be first. So.
Burnley shirt. No, that is an A-team jumper. I've got A-team written through the middle. I'm an 80s kid.
Does look a bit claret and blue.
It does look a bit fucking Burnley.
It's got West Ham Burnley vibe too, bro. Aston Villa vibe, bro.
That's an 18 jumper. It's got 18 written in the middle.
Looks like Villa's Champions League kit. What they won it in?
Look at that face. Jesus.
You look like a girl, to be fair.
I know, I'm too pretty. Ridiculous. Oh no, it gets worse, guys. So yeah, we want to do shows like that, guys, where just an after dark show where we can talk about anything, anything and everything. Nothing out of bounds. We won't talk much football.
Hey, I can't promise that, bro. You might have to silence me or get one.
Well, we can talk football if you want, but it's up to you. But we might not talk. We might not talk a lot of football. We talk about other stuff,
Oh, I'm definitely not talking about football.
You talk about a bit of football. Talk about anything. Talk about a bit of Lindsay Dorman-Kenzie.
Does it count
anything you want?
Hey, come on, hate to be back at the top. Does it count as nudity if I had to do it with my top off, bro?
It'd be a bit weird.
Be a bit weird.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, bro. You think I walk around my house with a top on, bro? I wear shorts on its own 90% of the time, bro. I only wear tops for flipping streams, bro.
Mate, I walk around my house only in my top.
Hey, bro.
I'm literally only wearing my top now.
I hate clothes, bro. I'm not even joking, bro. I hate it, bro.
Right, clothes are not
shorts,
good.
Bro.
See, guys, this sort of stuff we can do
I'll
after dark. I'll probably do that, start of that first episode sometime next week. I'm going to work it all out, sort it out. We can have a fun. Just be a 2-hour podcast of 4 or 5 lads just chatting crap, and it'll be a good laugh because we sort of do it all the time and go off and everyone wants to see a proper episode about it. So, guys, till then, everyone sleep well. Have a good night.
Peace out, boys.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow.